Oke, akhirnya tersambung juga. Nah, oke guys, selamat datang lagi di live stream Trails. Nah, dan hari ini gua moodnya agak jelek guys ya, karena kiri itu dari zona itu luar biasa menjengkelkan guys, bener-bener menjengkelkan ya. Apalagi yang level hard nih, buset, gua mati-matian pak, nggak menang-menang ya. Oke, tapi nggak salah, pasti bisa kok. Cuma gue salah aja mungkin ya, taktik gue yang pakai ya, dan gue nggak menghindar mungkin. Oke, guys, gue gatal. Seperti biasa ya, selamat datang, dan juga untuk yang replay juga, untuk replaynya juga selamat datang yang di live stream kali ini. Dan seperti biasa gue akan baca chat yang udah masuk ya. Ntar dulu gua refresh dulu. Nah, dari Mualdi Family, yoi, Bang Anjuna, let's go. Abang kita dan sonanya gimana bang? Level dia bakat? Sangat-sangat level dewa ya. Di awal kayak enak banget level 26 ya kan, enak cuy. Langsung level 99 dong, langsung diajar pak. Dan gue bisa ngalahin si Kiritonya guys ya. Kiritonya nggak terlalu susah sih. Asunanya yang bikin jengkel sebenarnya. Apalagi pas Kirito kalah ya guys ya. Dia langsung ulti, dan ultinya nggak bisa dihindari, langsung mati. Nggak tahu ya, mungkin ada yang bisa ngindarin ulti itu. Tapi gue nggak bisa ngindarin guys, mati semua. Ya, yang biasanya kayak komputernya tuh jago ngedodge ya daripada gue, mati pak, kena ulti. Nggak bisa apa-apa ya. Jadi caranya satunya adalah jangan sampai Asunanya itu masih hidup gitu loh. Jadi harus dua-duanya guys ya, harus darahnya harus ditipisin dua-duanya gitu. Kalau Kirito ultinya enak, kita bisa ngindarin guys, kita bisa menjauh dari dia kan, jadi dodge lah. Kalau Asuna aduh nggak bisa cuy. Oke lah, kita kesampaikan dulu ya. Jadi gue bisa dapat pedangnya guys ya, mohon maaf ya. Tapi sih seru sih, cuma ngeselin aja. Oh iya banget sih, bukan ngeselin doang ya, banget ngeselinnya ya. Boya hadir. Oke, terima kasih. Oke, langsung aja kita lanjutkan questnya aja ya, untuk berburu para boss monster ya. Sesuai dengan judulnya, kita akan mencoba mendapatkan itunya apa tuh, cara satu untuk mendapatkan si event hot spring ya, yang udah diberitakan oleh teman kita Bung Fadli. Kalau harus mengalahkan beberapa monster tuh.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Dan mungkin aja salah satunya di sini ya. Kemarin udah ngelawan berapa? Satu kayaknya. Baru satu kayaknya. Bukan. Wow. Oh, nggak tahu. Oke kali ini. Kita lawan guys. Border the bumi.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Winds of heaven, firstborn, they may look cute to someone, but they're vicious.
Aim for the weak spot.
Kalau ini gampang, enak tuh, ada aduh. Ada itunya ya. Ada core-core-nya itu kan enak tuh. Kalau Asuna sama Kiri tuh mana ada? Oh kan? Bukan berarti ya. Rasa satu dari itu sih harusnya kuat sih.
Wow, look what I just found.
Oke, satu beres. misi yang ini sih. Kita cari lagi. Nah, sini. Langsung aja kita gaskan aja, guys. Kalau ntar masih ada waktu, kita coba lagi tantang si Kirito dan Asuna ya.
Hey, Alphen. You mind
Apa?
if we take a bit of a detour?
It's fine by me, but what for?
Rinwell says there's a
Depan muka.
phantom flower that grows around here. We want to look for it. It won't take long, promise.
A flower, huh? All right, let's take a look.
Depan monster kayaknya.
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it.
Oke. Oh, yang ada di sini. Kayak apa emang ini? Waduh.
Look out!
What the
Apa
hell
tuh?
is that?
Kuda.
Hey, you want a piece of me?
Stay calm, La. It's coming for us.
Keren. Kayak ini Pokemon. Pokemon.
You just
Keren,
had to
Pak.
make things different.
Mana tuh? Ini ada dua. Core-nya mana nih?
Cold for us, didn't you?
Iya
What
maju
are you
dong.
muttering about? Focus or you'll get
Oh, ini
hurt.
core-nya nih.
Don't worry, I'll have this wrapped up in a flash. Snake could be a bit
The flashing parts
no.
are weak points.
Biar gua bisa ngeluarin ini. Nah toh.
Ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Malam gak malam juga Bu Wadli. Ini lagi berburu monster-monster yang Anda kasih tahu nih.
Thank you. They'll hang
I only did what any
Untuk dapetin Note Spring, kita tujuannya itu aja lah.
nicer than you
Ya Allah, apa itu? Keren, gila, buka keren banget guys. Yuk, keren banget tuh. Mana core-nya, woi? Ini loh core. Nah, core brick. Keren banget dong. Kayak ini deh. Kalau kuat-kuat gini bisa ini nih.
Look sharp.
Ini salah satunya mungkin. Oh makin ini, makin percaya. Oh enggak deh, nutup lagi.
easier.
Oh salah. Jadi es. Bisa warna biru. Gua kenapa? Dia kalah sama api sekarang. Resist sama. Dia bisa pakai elemen. Berarti tadi merah tuh api.
I don't feel like my usual self. Are you alright? Let me handle this one.
Keren.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Gitu. Allah. Stop.
I'm ready.
Oke,
In an instant. Impact block.
dia nutup lagi.
Wait, where'd the water go?
Hah?
It's all dried up.
Udah pergi.
I could do without this pain.
Jadi apa lagi tuh?
It's so
Tanah nih. Elemen tanah nih.
Pain is what it is.
Yo.
Can't get out of this.
Here, let me help.
Iya, ini elemen tanah guys ini guys. Alright.
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Nah, ini loh kan enak nih lihat tuh. Gak kitanya yang dibully gitu.
What was with that
Awan
creature?
cerita Asuna kita dibully
It
guys.
was some sort of a Zugo that could control
Gak
light.
dikasih ampun.
Rinwell, do you think that could have been?
The true form of the phantom flower? No, it couldn't be.
What makes you so sure?
Because,
What the?
wow,
What the hell is that?
Aurora
Is the
guys.
enemy back for more?
Whatever it is, it's freaking huge.
you guys calm down. It's okay.
Cirin gue tahu nih.
No, it's definitely the phantom flower of Navira.
Wow.
I read about it in that
Itu
book
hanya
we
bisa
found
kalian lihat
earlier.
di itu guys ya. Di
It was
kutub utara
described
nggak
as a
selatan tuh.
mysterious light
Aurora.
floating up in the sky. It's not dangerous at all. In fact, this is the place it was first discovered.
Katanya aman
So
juga.
that's how it got its name then. You sure it's not some enemy astral art being cast at us?
Maybe.
Positive. I think it's just a rare and unusual weather phenomenon more than anything else.
Sislodia obviously used to be covered in darkness around the clock. But with that gone, I guess that's why we're able to see this again?
You could be right. It's so pretty though, isn't it?
Sure. But it's so big we could have seen it from town just fine, couldn't we?
Well, sure, but still.
Hey, who cares where we saw it? I'm just glad we got to see it at all. Besides, that Zoogle was what kept us from
Cakep
seeing
auroranya.
it before,
Iyalah.
right?
Emang juga
Yeah, I guess so.
ciptaan ya.
It's such a gorgeous night sky here. You should
Dan
really
sama Maha
bring Shion
Kuasa
out
jelas
to watch
cakep
it.
guys.
Right. Right. I'll, do that.
It took a lot to get here, but I can't help but feel like a dream of mine came true. Thanks, Law.
I didn't do all that much, really.
Well,
Ini
I still
keinginan si
really
Ringbel
appreciate
guys ya, pengen mencari
it
ini
made
guys.
me really, really happy.
Hey,
Oh.
you know
Apakah ini
Oh, it looks
bau-baunya?
like you can see it even better from over there. I'm gonna go check it out.
Huh? Hey, wait! Rinwell.
Ya. Ya. Ngomong dong. Oke.
This shall be a feast for the senses.
Ya langsung lagi kita gas. Ini udah bersih. Mondiara tuh, oke. Ini gue belum dapat bukunya. Udah selesai belum ya? Tinggal itu berarti ke sini. Ridge Gauge. Yang kemarin nih ya.
Still standing. Barely.
We've reached our
Saya udah
destination.
evolusi kayak gini nih.
Go no further.
Pasti baru mulai udah nyembur keliru mang. Lawan ini
Well, looky here.
rasa jauh gitu. Oh, polusi semua.
We have to save them.
Alright.
I won't let them get hurt.
Iya langsung dong, jangan diliatin.
Little help.
Level 66 gak tuh? Lu kena 2 lu. Kalian
This one's got your
bandingkan
face
sama
on it.
Kirito udah gak ada apa-apanya kalian nih.
There's still more to go.
The airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Crap!
Thorfinn. Oh ini temannya si ini kan,
Well,
si Lau. Tapi yang membenci Renan ya.
Why you?
Waduh. Ya nggak percaya kalau si Ringbel itu dari Danan guys.
Why you?
Orang Danan. Ditolongin nggak terima kasih, belum marah-marah gimana nih orang
yeah.
nih.
Damn.
Head to top, oke. Wih, ada. Kayaknya di situ tuh ada tuh guys. Salah satunya kak kemarin genome.
As impressive as always.
Here I hope there was
Si gnome ada tuh, lanjut itu.
The heavens must be smiling.
Dulu di sini nggak bisa masuk guys ya, karena tertutup.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Ada barang baru nggak pak? Nggak ada deh. Ya nggak ada. Ada dong pak. Saya perlu biar bisa lebih kuat.
That's a pretty tall tower we're looking at climbing.
Ada Lau.
Mind if I
Oke.
join you, Law?
Lau, kita ngobrol dulu Lau.
Hey, Alphen,
Ya kenapa?
What's up, Law?
you ever find yourself just wanting to give Rinwell a pat on the back?
Law?
Not in a weird way. I'm just saying, she may be sassy, but she's also trying really hard, you know? And sometimes
si
when I
Lau
see how
guys.
hard she's working, I just want to
Perasaan nih garin
walk
bel.
up and encourage her. Is that weird?
No, I can see why you might feel that way. After all, she is kind of like a little sister to everyone at this point.
Right, exactly. But I'm worried if I do it the wrong way, she'll blast me with her magic. Or if not her magic, she'll sick Hoodle on me to peck my eyes out.
Yeah, there's not much you can do if she's not feeling up for it. In fact, you're not the only one struggling to close that gap.
Huh? Has Hoodle attacked you too?
No, maksudnya
No, I just mean
mirip.
because of her thorns.
Sionnya juga
Thorns?
gitu
I don't
loh.
remember Rinwell having any magic like that. That sounds more like Shion than... Huh?
Anyway, Hoodle's probably just worried that you're going to take Rinwell away from him. He's pretty protective after all. Maybe your first step should be to make friends with him and go from there.
Right. That's a good idea, Alphen. I'll be sure to give that a try.
Thank goodness for Law's thick skull.
Let's make sure to kick ass
Gitu doang
tomorrow,
no
too.
closer dan new closer. Mana tandanya gue tahu.
You guys ready to hit the road? I know
Alright.
I am.
Iya iya. Keren banget ternyata.
Take this!
Dragon
Turn the
tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right.
Glacial City. Here's evil. Freeze Lancer.
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
Oh kan, terbuka guys. Pasti ada.
Stairs. Which way do we go?
I say up. I
Huh?
sense presence is below us, but
Lalu
not
tuh
as
gue ke
large.
bawah. Lu bilang
Oke,
atas,
deh.
gue ke bawah. Bawah dulu guys, ya kan? Dia bilang atas. Dia bilang bawah. Cat. Geronimo. Ada apa di bawah gitu? Ya jauh juga guys. Yang bawah, waduh, wah turun lagi dong. Ada musuh, ada peti. Oh, atas tuh lah.
the landing.
Demi guys, demi Omega Exelir.
This one will be difficult to predict.
Here's evil. Freeze Lancer. I'm not so good with airborne targets.
In an instant. Impact cross. We work well together.
Like a final time clock.
Go for it.
Precious Beauty.
Wow, look what I just found.
Oh beda warnanya. Oh. Biasanya warnanya biru-biru, sekarang putih guys. Nah biasanya warnanya gini, tadi putih. Sama isinya. Apa pembedanya? Tidak ada. Waduh, ini baliknya nih. Ya men. Musuh mati di atas, men. Harus semangat untuk mendapatkannya, men. Siapa tahu abis dari hot spring kita bisa jadi lebih kuat, men. Harapan. Ayo. Nah, ke atas. Kok nggak ada monster yang ganggu gitu loh. Kalau ada monster yang ganggu sih, wah, ya nggak apa-apa juga sih.
It's just steps upon steps. Why would
Set,
someone
ini
build
orang
this?
kalau bikin
Not for
gimana
living, I'm
gitu loh.
guessing.
Bisa setinggi ini tuh.
Right? It would take someone real
Berapa
kooky
lama
to
bikin
build all this.
ya tuh?
Right.
Tinggi ya. Tinggi sekali nih. Waduh, gue sudah mabok pak naik segini tangganya nih.
It's so thick here. Even we can sense it.
Get ready, everybody.
Aha.
born ready.
Oh, ini dia guys. Serapa jam nanti kita di atas. Oh. Oh. Sleeper.
Look up there.
Buset. Buset.
Please tell me you don't
Gede
have to
kali.
fight that.
We'll worry about that
Wow, wow, wow. Tuh guys, di atas ini guys. Gila sih.
You got company.
Ini sih lawan ini loh. Yang siapa ngelawarin ini kan.
Because I can't afford to hesitate.
Oh, dia datang guys. Buset,
You
gede
fight better at
banget
a distance.
sumpah.
The further away, the better. You and I both.
Mana? Mana boy? Nggak ada guys. Apa tadi tuh?
That thing's headed this way.
Mana?
I can't stop that.
Buset, getar.
Pull it together, Law.
Gimana ngelawannya itu? Woi, guys.
This one's all
Gede.
mine.
Buset, gede banget dong. Muka doang nih. Terus, apa yang dia? Ya Allah, muka aja.
The ones up
Dia
above, too.
A chain between heaven and earth. Blah, blah, blah. They're all coming after me.
I'm coming, Ridwell.
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine.
We turn the tables on.
There are still more left.
Dia ngeluarin anak kecil-kecil. Mana buah doang guys? Itu dia.
Here's the evil.
Bloody hell.
First Lancer. I'll be saving this one.
Ya ampun. Robo dong. Penyerangnya gimana, woi? Dia salto. Bukan deh. Dia muter, guys. Wah, kesini nih. Mana dia? Ya ampun, di situ lagi. Nggak bisa nyerang loh, sumpah.
They
Pak.
just keep coming.
This thing's putting us through our paces.
Beda sekarang.
Chain between heaven and earth.
Ah, ini ada core-nya nih.
You get the deck. I'm all
Take
fucked up.
this.
Divine
Alah.
savior.
Pakai Alpen juga.
Triumph instant.
Nah, pecah kan?
Reeling.
Take it down.
Dragon War.
Blah, blah, blah.
Now see what I can do.
Oh, ini yang kecilnya. Mama. Oh, oke.
In an instant.
Crush.
You're mine.
Ih, mamanya marah. Si mamanya marah.
How long do we have to deal with this?
Dia ngeluarin sesuatu tuh. Segini aja.
And tonight's meal is on you.
Fokus aja ke sini. Dia mau nyembur. gua rolling. Pecah lagi lo. Aduh, oh bukan yang top paling kedua ternyata guys. Wah, kalau udah ribet gini sih, gua harus menghindar. Haha.
Here,
Oh.
let me help.
Thanks, Shion.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
At this point, we're practically sitting ducks.
Itu dia datang guys.
I've got this.
Enggak, saya nggak siap.
Right, I'll handle the rest. It's on.
Awas.
Heads up, Alvin.
Lu kena matanya. Keren. Yo.
This is our chance.
Mata kita nih katanya. Gimana Pak? Lompat dong dia. Oh, ada arenanya bos.
A weak point.
Eh. Menang gue. Nah. Itu aja ternyata. Gue kira bakal gimana gitu. Tapi keren sih. Gede banget, Pak.
We did it.
Yeah, the astral energy is dispersing.
Cube DLC.
It shouldn't cause any more problems.
That was harrowing. Now that we've
Saya
taken
bisa.
care of that life,
Oke.
I guess all that's left to do is tell Bayfon.
Bayfon.
Yeah,
You okay, Rinwell?
I'm fine. This whole thing just reminded me how different I am. I'm a freak that doesn't belong on Dana or Rena.
I mean, sure. Maybe it's a little unusual that you can use magic.
Ya. Kan yang bisa buat pakai magic biasanya tuh Renan guys ya. Tapi dia tuh Danan gitu.
But if we're talking about unusual,
I didn't have memories, a face, or a sense of pain. Everyone called me Iron Mask. And then on top of that, I was born over 300 years ago. If anyone's a freak, it's me.
Join the club. I have my thorns. Dohalim's a Renan lord who gave up his title.
Sama katanya. Saya aja ya ulang ingatan pakai topeng besi jangan dipanggil Iron Max. Nyata dari ini orang dari 300 tahun yang lalu. Ya saya lebih aneh kata gitu. Si Oni bilang sama aja. Wajah punya kutukan. Nah,
And
dia juga dari
Kisara
Rena.
believes Danans and
Sama.
Renans can live in peaceful coexistence together.
and I used to work for the Snake Eyes, remember?
You guys,
And... Oh, and my feet get stinky real easily, too.
Too much information, Law.
Yeah, but Alvin,
Ya
you do
kakinya
that thing where you
bau.
grind your teeth really loudly in your sleep.
Sampai segitunya.
I don't see how that's... Wait, I do? Well,
Eh?
at least it's not as bad as when you...
When I what?
Wait.
Whoa, guys! Why are we even arguing about this?
You're the
Oh,
one who
God.
made this weird.
thanks everyone. It makes me so happy to have such caring friends. I need to be better at not keeping this stuff bottled up. But I'm gonna work on it. So don't worry about me, okay?
Siap.
I wonder if she perceives being a mage to be a source of continual obligation.
Rinwell's pretty much the only one left. Sometimes I think it might have been easier for her to have...
Langsung saja kita lapor karena sudah selesai.
kept it hidden, but I guess that wouldn't solve much.
Indeed.
Orangnya kesini nih, Thorfinn.
Crap! Right.
Ya, terima
Hey.
kasih.
How?
Yeah.
Why you?
Wait!
What?
I see.
Huh?
Istimewa tuh katanya harusnya, tapi katanya dia tuh monster tuh. Dahana tuh harusnya nggak kayak gitu. Stereotip ya.
Thanks.
Wait!
Huh? Really?
Good. All right.
maybe it's not so bad being a mage after all.
Aha.
What matters is that I found people who accept me for who I am. As long as I had that, I think I'll be okay.
Okay, you are always okay.
And after everything they've done for me, I guess I can't say it matters if they're Renin or not either.
Hmm? Drum of the Legend. Oh, artefak lagi tuh.
I see you've got your relics all
Apa
lined up
sih short
again.
beta ini?
What are you doing?
Isinya kok malah gini-gini. Harusnya ini di ini
Huh?
Pak Bos.
They're so bright now.
Oh, it's you two. I was merely tending to my collection.
Don't you think you've polished them enough by now?
You take better care of your relics than you do yourself.
I try to take good care of them. However, no matter how much work I put in, they refuse to respond.
I thought you could hear their voices somehow.
I can, but that's all I can do with them. I can't actually engage in conversation with them. Not yet.
What are they saying? Did they really want you to polish them that much?
You're right. I was so enraptured with them, I may have selfishly failed to consider their own wishes. I must open my mind and sincerely engage with them in earnest.
He never gets tired of his relics, does he?
Nope. It is interesting to look at them when they're all lined up together like this, though. Like how these two have similar designs. It makes me wonder if they were made in the same period.
An excellent observation. Yes, I too suspect they're somehow intimately related as well.
I don't see what you two are talking about at all.
What's this? Why, that smear wasn't there previously. Could it be responding to my voice at long last? It's rather viscous and has a distinct aroma to it.
Ugh, Hoodle! These relics are no place for you to do your business! I'm serious! These are priceless pieces of history!
Come on, Dohalim. Let's go wash your hands before you catch anything weird.
Kaitan dengan musik guys
You're
ya.
looking pretty content.
Yeah.
Makanya Dohalim
I
tuh
feel like life's
ini
taken a turn for the better all of a sudden.
sangat-sangat antusias soal itu tuh.
That's good to hear.
Oh bukan, gue kira ada misi lagi. Ya tinggal di situ. Ini. Nah, di sini berarti kita langsung lapor aja.
But why did you say you felt that way?
Oh, why can't you be more like Dohalim?
What?
Coba lapor Pak, udah beres Pak.
Sure.
Yang terbang udah beres, udah selesai. Ya kalahkan.
Right.
Hey!
Yeah.
Masih ada lagi yang harus dikalahkan ini. Untuk membuka event itu. Tuh. Explosion. Increase special ammo. Apa tuh? Last shot. Enggak. Oh. Alright. Ya selesai. Ada lagi yang bisa dikerjakan? Gak ada. Oke, kita lanjutkan story-nya. Suna biar aja lah. Sakit kepala gua Pak lawan Suna Pak.
Well, if it ain't the blazing sword and his merry crew.
Mahavar? I can't believe you're still
Mahavar.
alive.
Course I am. If you landlubbers can make it out of that sinking ship alive, ain't no reason an old sea dog like me wouldn't too.
Yeah, but that wave hit hard. I'm glad to see you're okay. Sorry we put you in so much danger back there.
All water under the bridge at this point. You helped make one of my life's dreams come true. The ship, on the other hand, she took a bit of a beating, though, I'll admit.
Really? What happened to it? It looks fine to me on the outside.
She's fine now, but she was in rough shape when I made it back here. Engine chamber gave up the ghost. Without a lot of options, I decided to talk to the head honcho of the Dark Wings and see if he could help at all. And wouldn't you know it, Crazy Fool sent over Renan engineers to help. Can you believe it?
Renan?
Renan?
Yep. Said they came from Menikmati. They were real professionals. Did what they needed to and didn't give me guff or anything. I was damn near floored.
So they did the work themselves. Good on them.
Well, they did a bang-up job, because she's better than ever now. Speaking of which, I take it she's why you're here?
Yes. We need to get out on the ocean, and fast. When can we set sail?
Give the man a minute to think it over, Alphen. He hasn't even said yes yet.
It's all right, little lady. I'm a man of the sea. I'll gladly help. Hop aboard, folks.
Okay, let's go. Oh. Ini kan lokasinya kan?
This thing already looked plenty huge from afar. Seeing it up close makes it really hit home.
I didn't expect the journey to go so smoothly. I figured the Renans would send something to sink us.
Maybe they didn't think we had the nerve to come.
Somehow I kinda doubt that.
It's entirely possible they don't see us as a threat.
What do you mean?
That they think they're beyond our reach. Still, this structure is quite the unusual sight. Truth be told, never seen anything like it.
You're right. It doesn't look like the buildings on Lenegis at all. Or like any Renan structure for that matter.
It's weird. It doesn't feel like the kind of thing that has people inside either. Yeah, it's definitely something creepy. What the hell is it even made of?
I don't know. It's not mechanical or biological, but it's definitely alive in some way.
Apa dia? Gak merasakan sesuatu?
Shion?
Halo?
I'm okay. It's
Okay.
nothing.
Well, what do we do now?
We have to stop this thing from siphoning off all of Dana's astral energy. That means finding the core and smashing it to bits.
Okay, but look at the size of it. I don't know if we'll find the core just wandering around.
Ya tinggal cari aja, Mbak.
Good point.
Keliling lah,
Can anyone get a read
keliling.
on the astral energy around us? Any kind of a sign?
There's a rather enormous flow of energy moving directly upwards. If we wish to follow it, we'll have to do some climbing.
Climbing. Ini keren juga lagi. Kalau ada sesuatu yang lo tahu kasih tahu lah.
Manuel?
Nah dia.
Over there?
Oh. Dia kayak ngomong
Hey,
guys.
what's up with you?
Kan dia ngomong dengan itu ya. Astral energy. Over there.
You
Di
okay?
sana.
What happened?
I'm not sure. When I was reaching out to the astral energy,
Oh bener.
I thought I heard
Dia mendengar
a
suara
voice.
guys.
A voice?
Voice?
Yeah. I couldn't make out any words, but it sounded like it wanted me to come to it.
This seems like a trap, right?
It's not a trap.
How can
Huh?
you tell?
Ini bukan trap, guys.
I don't know why, but when it spoke to me, I knew it wasn't hostile.
Oke.
What do you think?
It could well be a trap. However, it's also our only real option short of wandering aimlessly about.
Let's trust Rinwell on this.
You sure?
Yeah.
Siapa dia Rinwell?
It beats the alternative, I guess.
Kalau ada perangkap jadi tinggal ya sudah.
What did I say? Sheesh, it's like walking on eggshells around here.
Sometimes you have to choose your words more carefully, Law.
Yes. Gue setuju soal itu.
Oh, right.
Oh. Action Magic. Cruise Blade. Grasp Strike. Mana lah? Nggak bisa. Orang ini dong. Alright. Easier over image. Faster easy recovery. Peace assault. Lightning spear. But ignition. Ya semua. Ada yang baru nih. Dipakai ini. Sudah. Penumbra. Apa? Bonus attack. Ada ini deh, faster magic. Reduce outcasting magic. Casual attention.
It's noisy in here, isn't it?
Things should calm down a little once we're through with this place.
Optimistic as always.
Kita cek dulu, guys. Aku nggak tahu ini akan jadi final atau enggak ya. Soalnya ikannya juga tuh masih banyak, guys, yang belum gue tangkap, guys. Masih nangkap 32. Padahal total ada sekitar 44. Berarti masih ada berapa hal lagi dong harusnya lah ya. Witch. Dari apa? Ini koral kan? Kayak gitu dong. Waduh.
I see that the interior of the wedge is every bit as strange and unusual as the exterior.
Jadi horor gitu.
Intriguing.
Oh, kita bisa naik. Kita naik dulu kali itu.
I wouldn't believe it was Renan. Just what's with this place?
Yeah, it's all twisty and lumpy. Whatever it's all for.
Here we go. Oke. Biar mereka tidak berpindah-pindah ya. Bisa cepat sih karena kita udah terlalu OP ya. Apa ini? Curse Charm.
You must really like it, Alvin.
Itu apa tuh? Ini apa nih? Ini tempat kita masuk ya? What? Enggak dong. Masuk dari sini. Ini apa nih? Sebentar. Menarik. Kita ambil dulu yang di sini, guys. Oh kan? Ada tanya soalnya, berarti harus dicoba ya.
You made quick work of them.
I have plenty of tricks up my sleeve, young lady.
I hope to see them sometime.
This one's gonna be tough. Take this.
Nanti dulu dah. Ini hurricane aja. Pricing. Nih, garage.
This should come in handy when
Sumpah,
crafting
gara-gara lawan Asun sama Kirito, yang musuh-musuh ini jadi kerasa beda gitu loh guys. Bagiku ya, rasa sangat-sangat beda. Mungkin itu teleport mungkin. Dulu, oh ada jejaknya kaki gua. Emang ada jejak itu ya? Oh iya deh. Nggak perlu lompat. Buset. Ini rumahnya para tanaman mungkin nih. Sini nih.
I'm just trying to do the
You
best
are
I
in
can.
tip-top still.
As impressive as always.
And here I hoped I was improving.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Oke.
This is all Dana's astral energy.
Oke.
You
Jalannya ke
saying
sana.
Renans are funneling it through here to
Alright,
send to
udah ada
Lennigus?
menanti kita tuh terbang-terbang. Tapi kita ke sini
We
dulu.
have to put a stop to it. Quickly.
Cek and check ya, biar gak nyesel. Sih nggak mau.
Gotta break through. Dragon Swarm.
As impressive as
And here I hoped I was improving.
Wow, look what I just found.
Breaker. Oke. Oh, yang udah berevolusi nih. Dia ngapain sih gitu tuh? Yang gargol-gargol ini.
This should make for some good weapon crafting material. This seems strange. Like it should be among creatures you'd find in a forest.
Cut it out! I don't need to hear that. It's gotta be man-made, right?
Were it so, it would not be any easier to predict. Remain vigilant.
Oke, oke. Alright, lanjut. Suaranya horor banget sih.
Hi, Hoodle.
Menegangkan ya, lebih tepatnya.
We turn the tables on them. How are you? Right. No time to hold
Apa
back.
tuh?
This'll come in handy.
Well
Hijau-hijau.
then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
Hi, Hoodle. Glacial Steel. Illuminate the dark.
We turn the tables on them.
There are still more wings.
Meledak kah?
as impressive as always. That was almost too easy.
No enemy can stand against us.
If only every battle went so well.
Waduh, ada 3 jalan guys. Oke, kita coba satu persatu kalau gitu. Ada apa di sini? Katanya ini doang. Pineapple cuy. Oh. Oke, jalan kita ke sini berarti ya. Oke. Kita nggak repot.
Let's see what you've got.
I'm not done. Blast the shock. Easter. Not a chance.
Yang bisa ngindar-ngindar ini nih.
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
Lompat ternyata. Sampai. Untung aja tadi gak jatuh. Oke. Dari mana sih? Oh, gue lewatin aja ya. Bisa kayaknya. Nggak bisa, Pak.
Retreat if you know what's good for you. Come and face me. Dragon form. Not a chance. Bloody.
Hari ini hard atau very easy? Wah, very easy pantesan. Kok tipis banget. Efek ini guys ya. Efek gua lawan si Asuna itu sampai gue ganti very easy sama aja. Pantesan kok empuk banget tuh monster-monsternya. Pasan kemarin nggak sempuk itu tuh.
Let me take a look at it.
Waduh. Baru diganti hard ada dia tuh. Pelan-pelan. Alala. Nah, ya nggak bisa, Pak. Padahal luas tuh loh. Aduh. Nah, gini loh agak tebelan. Verisi pantesan empuk banget. Itu updatean terbaru guys ya. Jadi kalian bisa mengganti ke Verisi sampai ke Agnon ya. Agnon itu yang paling susah tuh.
I've been doing really great lately.
Oh, ini jebakan nih. Pasti muncul. Dulu. Oh enggak. Oh, bagus lah. Oh. Spiral 1. Oke. Ambil apa? Oh. Ada hitam. Nah, kan? Enggak ini kayak tadi loh.
Commander of Heaven. Together, that wasn't even a
Dan itu
problem.
empuk banget. Baca dah sesekali lah.
This place definitely isn't easy to navigate. That's for sure.
I doubt this structure was conceived with the ease of people's movement in mind.
Yeah. We've been seeing nothing but Zoogle nests.
It's almost as if we're inside an incredibly immense spirit vessel of some sort.
A spirit vessel. If that's the case, then that would make Lenegis the master core that's receiving all the astral energy.
Hey, have you heard that voice again since we came in here?
Oh, so now you believe me?
I never said I didn't believe you.
The further in we go,
Very easy, pantas renyah sekali. Yoi.
Is that a sign we're going
Nggak
the right
tahu
way
loh.
then?
Ini tadi guys tuh,
Where's
saking
this voice coming from?
itunya
Can you
guys.
tell?
yeah, kind of. I hear it inside
Saking
me,
stresnya gue
but I
dibully
feel
sama
like it's also
si
coming from every direction
Kiri itu dan
around
langsung lah
us.
gue jadikin
It's
very
hard to
easy loh.
describe.
Masih aja deh.
It's almost like it's surrounding me.
Gue nggak bisa menang.
Surrounding, huh?
Si sakit
Considering
mereka ya.
astral
Very easy
energy
itu
is
cuma
involved,
jadi
it's
apa
not
sih?
that unusual.
Kayak nggak ada perbedaan itu.
Right.
Jadi empuk ya.
But it's not scary or
Sama
anything.
aja gitu.
Listening to it is really soothing.
If you think so, just promise you'll say something if the voice gets too clingy or anything.
I promise.
Oke. Nah tadi. Ah. Fast travel. Ah. Oh. Reinforce. Wah. Keren juga dalamnya guys. Oh. Dah, gue balik dong. Kemana tuh? Oh. Ah, kesini ternyata. Ngetes transfer doang. Alright. Kita bener-bener gak bisa menghindar loh.
Let's see what you've got. I shall ensure you survive this.
Ya kan? Ini kalau cuma kita masih bisa dapat ininya loh. Masih dapat itunya. Serangan kombinasinya. Kalau tadi kan nggak bisa langsung meninggal. Very easy ternyata.
Watch your step ahead.
Elah.
No fencing in place. It would be quite hazardous to fall.
Tawan ya. Kalau bener-bener dibully sama si Asuna, bener asli dibully gua guys. Bisa menang. Sampai separah itu loh. Ya di YouTube sih ada yang bisa menang ya. Kalau gampang banget gitu. Gua nggak gampang-gampang, padahal udah very easy. Kelihatan cupu, berarti emang cupu gue. Punya keterlaluan. Oh yang bawah, yang bawah. Ini udah lah. Wait. Abai. Oh belum loh.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Kingly Face. Pentingnya tadi kayak ini namanya. Dapat ini dari mana tuh? Oh, udah.
Word. This must be the work of Providence.
Bravo, what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
Oke. Masih jauh? Masih dong. Chat. Yalah bisa lah dihindarin gitu. Itu luas loh jarak segitu. Masa nggak bisa? Oke dia tahu gue sini. Dia datang. Iya. Ayo bisa dong. Alamak ini lama banget lawan mereka nih. Gue bersih dulu dong. Ih. Bloody code. Wait. Alright.
This looks nice and tough.
Oke. Dia ke sana. Please bisa lewat. Nggak bisa lewat.
Right, here goes.
In a bind.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free. Not today.
Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah, you too. Finish without
Take this. Tornado drive. Dragon swarm.
burning strike.
Try this. I'm ready.
Oke, kena satu.
Now.
Consider yourself finished. I'm ready.
Kena dua.
In an instant. Impact clock.
Quite necessary.
Kawan
when
kiri itu
creating
nggak
weapons.
nggak ngepek pak. Itu sampai 50.000 lawan kiri itu cuma 10.000. Darahnya 200.000. Oh bang. Serangannya 3.000. Gua cuma nyerang cuma 1.000 berapa. Darah gua cuma nggak sampai 10.000. Terbuli. Ini apa nih sini nih? Kok belum gua masukin? Gak bisa nih. Harus dimasukin guys. Jangan sampai ada yang ketinggalan gitu loh. Kristal. Oh, awakening 5 dong. Ada level 5 dong. Gue cuma sampai 4. Cuma grade-nya sampai 5. Let's go boy. Let's go boy. Wow. Ini apa sih? Pencet-pencet mulu. Oke. Biarkan mereka meronjok ke sini dong, mojok. Cepat juga mereka jalan. Alright, nah gitu dong. Oke, nggak lama-lama. X lagi bubble. Kita gocek ya. Waduh, ini sih. Bisa nggak ya? Enggak itu doang sih. Hei. Bisa. Ih, bisa. Aman. Ada mereka lagi. Oke. Bos. Lama kali, Bos. Ambil itu doang.
Turn the tables on them.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
Aduh, kenapa lu? Aduh. Dan Asuna waktu itu nggak bisa di-break sama sekali, guys. Pakai serangan biasa gitu nggak nge-break sama sekali dia.
No, I mean you're even better than ever.
Beda banget sama monster-monster ini loh.
Well, sort of.
Si kita Asuna nggak bisa di-break, cuma di boost. Ting
Maybe you can just
attack.
write all this down.
Mereka jaga pintu.
Let's see what you've got. Can't get out of this.
I'll smash you!
Domination light.
Here I come.
Level 100 kayak ini loh kan. Nggak kerasa level 100, guys. Lihat deh. Kita masih bersusah payah gitu.
This one's got your name on it.
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Tadi dia jaga apaan? Kira pintu dong. Nyata sulur. Halo Bang, halo juga Bung Topa. Gimana? Apakah Anda juga udah membeli DLC Asuna dan udah mengalahkan mereka? Saya tidak bisa, saya dibully, tolong. Sampai saya ganti very easy masih dibully saya. Sama Kirito sama Asuna, gila dah tuh orang. Terbully woi. Dulu dah. Bisa ngalahin Kiritonya udah bisa. Terus Asunanya ngulti dong. Mati seketika. Apa babi bu mati. Waduh. Gak bang, oh gak beli. Gue kira beli. Gue tersiksa nih. Tapi seru sih, gue akan nyoba lagi ntar. Kalau masih ada waktu ya. Ntar ya. Kita selesaikan dulu ceritanya nih. Apa?
It's here?
Yes. All the energy flowing through the wedge comes together and collects here.
Oke.
Is that thing a Zoogle? Holy crap, it's huge!
A central core and a guardian?
Once we beat that thing, it'll stop the wedge
Dia
from
kalah
taking in
api
any
ya
more
ini ya.
astral energy,
Tapi
right?
dia ngambil semua energi astral guys, terkumpul di sini katanya. Allah.
It seems we're in for a fight regardless.
Core-nya banyak tuh. Core-nya banyak tuh.
Here it comes.
Wah, dia bergoyang. Waduh.
Is there no
Ah.
end to what the
Oh,
Renans can
yaudah.
cook up?
I don't know if that's
Mana?
a machine or what, but I do know it's pissing me off.
Watch yourself.
Gue males kalau udah racun gini, gue males banget. Ini loh. Aduh, racun, cun. Buset. Gak kena dong. Oh, kena dah. Kena atau enggak tuh? Woi. Aduh. Gue kayak gak berguna, Pak. Oh, ini dikit lagi nih. Dikit lagi nih. Mah. Ayo, hilang satu tangan lo. Udaranya udah segitu aja ya. Kenapa tuh? Tinju. Oke. Gue lupa gue level 100 guys. Gak DLC guys, tapi masih dibully sama si Krito. Nah, ini udah selesai. Masa segampang ini? Si mbaknya yang itu mana? Oh. Apa yang muncul? Waduh, cahaya ilahi guys. Wih, dan bilang bentuk lagi nih. Lo. Rinwell. Kayak orang kesurupan itu loh. Wah. I bad feeling about this. Kenapa dia guys? Gak denger loh dia. Waduh. Oke. Sangat hangat katanya di sini. Dana. Bilang Dana. Orang-orang yang itu kah? Yang dihisap itu kah? Jadi dia tadi ngeliat orang tuanya berarti.
You okay?
Hey, are you crying?
Berarti lihat orang tuanya guys.
Not the only one.
Dia juga nangis. Yo. Akhirnya itu kenceng-kencengan weh. Orang nangis gak sekenceng gitu keluar air matanya, Pak.
As did I. I'm not sure I'd call it a voice, but it was there.
What in the world just happened?
Segitu derasnya gitu ya, kasih di gelas itu mungkin nggak sampai semenit udah penuh, Pak. Kalau nangisnya segitu kencengnya ya airnya. Tamat.
That was Dana's astral energy we just encountered. And I think what we heard might have been its voice.
You're saying astral energy has a mind of its own?
I haven't the slightest idea. But Do you remember what happened when we fought Balsef back in Calaglia?
Ya juga ya, aset energi itu
You
pada
mean when that fire monster came out of
bisa
the
wujud
spirit
spirit
vessel?
vessel guys ya. Ada
Exactly. There was
keinginan dan
such a huge
pikirannya sendiri.
overflow of astral energy. It caused a monster to spawn and take physical form. Maybe the same thing happened here, just with way more astral energy and a bigger monster.
Does that mean if you gather enough astral energy, it can become sentient or take a physical form?
That's what I'm guessing, but it's just speculation. Master cores are able to hold a
Iya,
lot more
monsternya aja
energy
pada
than a
berevolusi
spirit
semua
vessel,
guys ya.
but we still haven't seen anything like that happen in our dealings with them.
That being said, there may be a mechanism of sorts inside master cores and spirit vessels that prevent such reactions.
That fire monster. I remember how it only appeared after Balsef's spirit vessel broke.
Then the reason Rinwell was able to sense all that astral energy earlier must have been because it was too much for that Zoogle to contain by itself.
So, then where do you think the Zoogle went? All that energy and poof, it's gone. The Zoogle with it. Doesn't that sound weird to anyone?
Iya juga ya.
Indeed it does. However, in order for us to move our hypothesis forward, we will need to gather more evidence first. On that note, how are you holding up, Rinwell?
Hati-hati klonya
just
nanti
can't
gak
work
bisa
out
tele
why.
bang. Waduh,
Why the
jauh
voice
dong.
reached out to me first?
Rinwell?
I can't help but wonder if it's because of my heritage that I was the one to hear it.
Gak bisa tele lagi kayak di pulau
Sorry,
yang kemarin
that's a
tuh.
strange thing to think, isn't it? Anyway, we should get going, right? We need to make sure the energy flow has actually stopped.
Are we gonna have to take this winding path all the way back down, too?
Yeah, but if any...
Central core.
Dang it.
Mana tuh? Return to hidden. Oke. Beneran dong, gak bisa
Should
tele
be
dong.
easier than the climb up.
Really? Well then.
Actually, I've heard it's easier to develop muscle aches when going
Monsternya
down.
hidup lagi.
Seriously?
Monsternya hidup lagi. Ciri nih mo. Oke kelewat. Kabur. Jangan diurusin di. Gak. Aduh ini. Iya, aduh sempit jalannya sempit ya.
Go no further!
I shall ensure you survive this.
The flame inside is yours to be let free. You picked the wrong fight.
Kita harus menggocek-gocek ini guys. Biar nggak lama dalam sini nih.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Satu
Hey,
doang.
world's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky.
Enggak lelah.
Let's dispose of the trash.
They save you. Here I come. Searing gale. Come one, come all.
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the
Monster
heavy
gak di bawah
lifting.
tuh. Lompat lah yang jauh. Udah gua ambil semua. Aduh. Sini.
That enemy looks
Sini.
strong.
I'm
I
here.
bet it'll be worth our
I'm
while
here.
to
I'm
fight.
here. Sini. Baris. Yang lurus. Loh, lurus gak mau. Udah, dadah. Gitu ya. Caranya Pak untuk gocek-gocek ya. Disuruh farming gitu bang, tapi udah level lah. Itu dia. Waduh, ada yang baris tuh. Ada karnaval Pak. Ini karnavalnya dua ini ya. Ya kan karnaval tuh dua. Waduh, antung. Saya belok dulu, nunggu Anda balik. Balik. Ayo balik. Kok lama nggak balik nih? Balik dong. Balik. Satu, tating. Waduh, lucunya. Dadah. Aduh, ada mereka. Sini. Saya sini nih. Nah, baris. Oke, we go. Ya. Ini ya. Aduh. Efek over level ya. Pintunya mana, Pak? Ini sini, Deng. Apa pintu? Gara-gara DLC ini ya, hidup DLC. Allah Akbar, saya harus turun. Oke. Lewat sini nggak bisa. Bisa. Mana jalannya, woi? Jalannya mana, woi? Lupa jalan. Kena monster jadinya. Siapa yang ganti petanya, woi? Nanti di petanya kayak gini deh. Ada yang ganti peta ini. Nanti dia ada jalannya di situ. Oh, nggak lihat peta aja sih. Lompat lah biar jauh. Nah gitu. Nah, mereka lagi. Sini woi. Sini. Baris. Cara menggocek tanaman. Kok jauh? Kena tentakelnya tuh. Gak jadi. Oke, makasih. 4. Pinter ya Banda ya, tapi udah kelihatan sih dari Scarlet Nexus juga gitu kan kelakuannya. Oke, sini lagi tang. Dia sampai mana tuh? Belok sini. Dia belok sampai mana tuh? Di depan sana nggak? Nah, oke. Kita tunggu sini guys. Kayak tadi guys ya. Kita main peta umpet ya. Mana sih? Gimana? Udah balik dong? Oh, udah balik dong. Dia jenggong. Gak jadi. Gak ada orang. Terus. Wah, sampai situ doang dong. Udah, harus dilawan guys ini guys. Walaupun gue lewat sini juga kena nih. Oh, enggak bisa lewat. Bisa lewat ini. Oh, bener gak sih lewat situ sih? Oh, bener deng. Belok sini deng. Cepet. Takut karena ketabrak gitu loh. Takut ketabrak, bukan takut kalah ya. Perlebar bos. Nih, bawah sini nih. Aduh, ini sih sempit semua ini ya. Mana nih? Oh, dia ke situ tuh. Oke. Wah, kena masian. Wanda jadinya. Setidaknya kita bisa berhasil menghindari banyak monster guys ya. Apalagi yang lama-lama ya. Aduh, rame banget di sini nih. Sempit gini susah. Sini. Baris. Nah, bagus. Nah, gitu loh. Lompat yang jauh. Lompat aja. Dia datang. Di.
Retreat if you know what's good for you. Come and face me.
Terus.
I'm ready. My turn.
Oh, dia ngelaser. Dia gitu tuh mau ngelaser. Pakai trik itu tuh. Oh, dia juga.
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Gue bisa pakai teknik itu tuh kalau lawan si Kirito tuh. Pas dia ngejar gua. Gue bisa kabur. Gue di sini. Dia nutup jalan dong. Ini kelakuan bunga-bunga nih ini. Ini kalau Squidward nikah sama teman kayak gini guys. Ya sini weh. Ya kayak bodoh amat gitu loh. Siapa anda gitu kan. Wah, dicuekin gue, Pak. Oh, baru dia jalan. Oh, kurang asem memang. Kayak nggak ada harga dirinya gue, Pak. Nah. Yeay, akhirnya keluar juga. Teknik mengecoh-ngecoh berhasil.
It looks like that beam of light has stopped.
Akin
And is
berhenti.
it safe to say we've avoided oblivion for the time being?
I can still sense a faint glimmer of energy, though. It hasn't completely dispersed.
You can tell? Rinwell, your senses seem a lot sharper than before, don't they?
And you said you heard that voice, right?
I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I don't feel bad, though.
Udah kayak Tio guys ini guys.
If
Tio
trace
Plato ya.
amounts, however small, do remain, then it leaves us no choice. We must
Udah
destroy the
perasaannya
entire
semakin
structure.
ini. Instingnya semakin kuat
What
gitu.
do you suggest? We bring it down piece by piece?
Once that's done, what do we do then?
Tahu, ngalahin Kirito. Nah itu, belum tuh.
We go to Lenegis.
Lenegis. Oh,
Even if we could destroy the whole wedge like he suggested, it'd only buy us time.
Lenegis.
The fact they sent
Oh,
this
tanya
thing down
si
tells
ini
me
kan
they're
yang
not giving
diledakkan
up
sama
this planet
si
without a fight.
Alpen toh. Lenegis. Atas itu.
There's also the matter of the Renis Alma. Its circumstances still have yet to be truly resolved.
But how do we even get to Lenegis?
What if we hotwire one of their starships? There's gotta be one on the planet somewhere, right?
Starships are only seen on Dana at the start and end of the crown contest. Otherwise, they remain
Starship.
on Lenegis.
Wow.
Believe it or not,
Pesawat
we
bintang.
Renans down here aren't quite as free to come and go as one might think.
Great. Well, I'm out of ideas then. We definitely don't have the tech to build a starship. And even if we found a Renin who'd help, who knows how long that'd take.
Yeah. Waiting for a starship to come down from Lenegis would probably be quicker than that.
Wait. Alphen, when you came down from Lenegis, it had to have been in a starship of your own, right?
Mana ingat dia?
Right. Oh, of course.
You can't be serious. That was 300 years ago. There's no way it's still gonna work.
But Alphen didn't wake up until a few years ago. That means it had to have still been
Oh, iya
functioning
juga
that
ya.
whole time to
Mungkin
keep his
pesawatnya
body preserved.
lagi-lagi pakai
Indeed.
konsep di Scarlet Nexus
You wouldn't
guys.
happen to remember where you
Pakai
landed, would
ini
you?
cold
My
sleep.
memories around where I
Waduh.
parked are still a little hazy.
Apa
But I
buatnya
do know
sama
that I
ya,
woke up in
Bandai ya. Jadi
Calabria.
konsepnya bakal sama.
Chances are it's still in the area. At least it's a place to start.
Kalau Scarlet Nexus
Luckily, that realm's my old stomping ground.
permainan
So I should be
waktu
able
ya
to
kan,
get us some help finding her.
penjelajah waktu. Kalau ini sama sih. Mirip sebenarnya ya.
This is it.
Yeah, as long as Lenegis stands there, there's no avoiding it.
So what's this help in Calaglia you're planning to enlist?
Orangnya dari masa
My
depan
buddy
main ke
Nathan.
masa lalu.
If anyone there,
Ya Alpen karena setahun tidur tapi ya. Sama toh sekarang Nexus juga tidur
our first port of call is
di
Uzbek.
Kagero.
Back where you first started out.
Apa lagi tuh?
Yeah.
Yang cloning tuh.
My dad.
Selalu situ ya guys ya. Spotnya selalu di situ spotnya.
You okay? You don't look so good.
I think I'm just a little seasick, that's all.
Liar.
Huh?
You heard me. You've never been good at hiding your emotions, Shion.
Excuse me? Just what do you... No. You're right. I'm sorry.
Dia nyimpen perasaan guys.
Is it about Alphen?
No. Not just him.
Jangan bilang ada muncul nih dari air nih. Jangan dong.
Something you can't talk about?
Rinwell, I'm not like the rest of you.
Of course you are. No, I'm serious. Back when we first met, I think maybe then I did think we were different. But now I know that isn't true. You and I are the same, Shion.
Sampai santai-santai di kapal muncul monster sih udah kayak Final Fantasy 10 nih. Nyantai-nyantai di kapal muncul si Sin.
If any of us is different, it's me. I'm a Danon who can use magic. I may be the last. My family and I have been living in hiding as long as I can remember.
Everyone has their own pain that can be hard for
Para
other people to
ngumpul.
understand.
Para cewek ngumpul, guys.
I saw the two of you talking and thought you could use a third wheel. So, here I am.
Here I am.
Sorry.
If anyone's the odd one out here, it's me. Believe me, you don't want to listen to my problems.
Want me to go?
I didn't say that.
I get that you must have a lot circling around that head of
Ini
yours.
punya
And that's okay.
Tuh Halim.
Whatever's worrying you right now, you're allowed
Ini
to worry
punyanya
about it.
Alpen.
And
Ini
you don't have
punyanya
to talk about
Silau.
it if you don't
Wah,
want
pas.
to.
3 cowok 3
I
cewek.
know I'm not a Renin like you, or a mage like Rinwell.
I'm not a sovereign, maiden, or lord. I'm just a Danon who used to be a slave.
But regardless of all that, I'm here for you, Shion.
That goes for me too. We all want to be there for you. Me and Hoodle and even the boys. I promise. I mean, that is what friends are supposed to do, right?
I said this to Alphen, and now I'll say it to you. You're not alone in this.
We're not alone in this.
Thank you. Rinwell. Kisara.
And right on cue, I think I should make my way back and lie down for a bit.
Oh, dia udah sembuh ya? Biasanya
My battle
mabuk.
with this ship continues.
Yeah, I better head back too.
Baru
We
gua
wouldn't want
bilang.
the guys thinking they're in charge.
Kok dia kuat-kuat
Can you
banget
imagine
gitu loh.
Law at the
Dia
helm?
masih mabuk.
Who knows what kind of trouble we'd get into?
Dia pergi dulu ya. Dia sambil nahan dulu guys. Kita masih mabuk laut.
Still, if that's true, then it's all the more reason I have to do this.
Aw, are you tired, Hoodle?
You sure he's not just trying to hide from us?
Hudel, foto ke ubah jelek ke. Waduh, ada misi lagi. Go. Misi dulu guys. Ya kan? Kan tujuan kita mencari hot event, ya kan? Kita harus menyelesaikan syarat-syaratnya guys. Dan kalau nggak salah ingat ya, gue baca-baca itu. Jadi ini. Jadi orang-orang kayak gini nih.
Thank you. What?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. First question, do you think that we just go with your guts? What your favorite type of astral energy? Fire dong. Do you like to fight? Fight. Gua kelas jarak. Terus secara pribadi gue suka jarak jauh guys ya. Gue selalu pengen menghindar ya dari pertarungan, tapi di sini jarak dekat ya. What is the most important thing in your life? My friend, my all about the money. Enggak, ngapain butuh duit di sini? Monster doang, monsternya banyak ya. Isinya di tempat lo itu yang hot spring. Oh, ya tapi kan syaratnya harus ini ya, ngalahin banyak monster kan? Baru kebuka ntar. Atau gimana? Inilah temen gue lah, tentulah. There's a wall standing in your way. What you do? You hancurin dong, break it down, climb over it, turn around and leave. Nyerah dong ini. Climb over masih bertahan ya. Ini masalah ini tembok, maksudnya tembok apa? Nah, tembok rumah orang ya mau nggak mau gua harus manjat. Gila, kalau ini cuma tembok ibaratnya ada penghalang dalam arti kata kayak yang di duologi ya, yang dari Malmaloid ya. Ya gua akan hancurin itu. You're really blessing hero. You care deeply about your friend and have strong conviction. You try to overcome the obstacle you meet, but it might do you good to look around and be more visible. You have how you think for the time to time.
Wow.
Oh, dia psikolog ternyata ya. Malah ini bonus, Pak.
I wish I could get an.
Oh, datang ke sini cuma diajak konsultasi, guys. Loh, kok ada 2? Oh, inding. Ya, ini udah penuh sih, guys. Tapi ada tambahan kalau nggak salah ya. Ada tambahan awal lagi, tapi gua nggak tahu letaknya di mana. Mungkin di lokasi baru ya, di Lenegis mungkin. Ya lah, go lah. Kita fokus ke cerita dulu ya untuk asunannya. Ntar aja, kalau pas mau closing masih ada waktu. Kita coba lah. Atau enggak setengah jam sebelum closing lah. Kita akan coba lagi lawan itu Kampretos ya. Kayaknya udah berubah nih. Oh, udah berubah, guys. Weh, udah tampan kok. Yeah.
Well,
Who are you again? Ini cowok yang minta lo ini kasih apa? Minta saran buat fashion. Oh.
Rather plain.
You look a little too plain. Waduh, kejam banget tuh. If I do this but the outfit is so generic, it's hard to say you look reasonable. Ah, yang penting selesai. Bodoh amat lah. Akhirnya selesai juga misi yang ini.
Feels like it's been ages.
And wasn't Zephyr with us too?
Dad.
hey, chin up. This is your hometown.
Ya ya, di sini ya ya. Jepir, guys. Gantinya siapa nih?
One thing after another, and it all falls on my head too.
Oh, sini.
Hey, Nath.
Ini siapa ya?
Can't you see I'm Alphen?
Dia tahu. Karena nggak
Looks like
tahu.
you have your hands full.
Mana makin cakep kan?
As much as ever.
Rambut
As if
ala
I
Kirito
wasn't busy
nih.
enough putting down the last remnants of Renan rule, I'm up to my ears in Danan disputes. And then, to top it all off, that thing had to come crashing down from out of the sky.
Pretty sure we've heard this somewhere before.
But enough about my problems. What can I help you with?
Yeah, we're looking for an old Renan starship. You wouldn't happen to know any around these parts, would you?
A starship? What do you need one of those for?
To get to Lenegis.
Lenegis? Are you out of your damn mind?
Believe it or not, it wouldn't be the
Gila
craziest
gimana
thing
tau
we've
kamu
done
udah
recently.
ngelawan monster apa aja. Itu
Oh,
lebih gila,
I believe
boy.
it. Well, either way, I'm
Udah
afraid I
melawan
haven't heard
monster
anything about a
raksasa
starship.
berapa banyak gitu.
Then do you have any historical
Itu udah
records by
kegilaan
chance?
ya. Orang
Sure,
normal
we've
gak
got
ada yang
stacks of
mau.
old records.
Nih pedang api juga nih.
Mind if we
Siapa
take a
mau
look at them?
pegang pedang bakar tangan sendiri?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Nath.
I read through all of the
Kalau
records,
Adol ini
but
seneng
I
banget,
only
Pak.
found a single line that
Ini
might
kalau ada
lead to what
Adol
we're
di sini
looking
ya.
for. It
Ada
mentions
Adol
a
di sini
rock
pasti
that
dia
shot
langsung
across
datang
the
nyamperin
sky
tuh.
and landed past the mountains.
Mau kemana?
The event was
Lenegis
recorded just before
berangkat.
the first Renan
Adol.
invasion.
And you think that might be the starship?
Adol kalau
I don't
udah
know.
bawa-bawa petualangan dia
There was nothing
langsung
else in the records
paling
that came even
excited gitu.
close. It looked like it was someplace called Berg, but
Berg?
maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Berg.
That ring any bells for you?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest volcanoes in Calaglia. I was just there recently, investigating a report of a meteor someone saw.
Another meteor in the same area? Really?
I wonder if it could have been one of those lights that shot out of the wedge.
All the more reason to check it out.
Meteor
Can you tell us
katanya.
how to get
Ada
there?
laporan meteor di tempat itu, guys.
The old Zion mine is up that way. One of the veins we abandoned connects to the volcano. Go ahead and
Lewat
use
sini.
that.
Oke, katanya lewat situ.
But you should be careful.
Oke, siap.
I don't know if it has anything to do with the meteor. There's a giant
Giant.
Zoogle running riot in there.
Oh,
Never
itu
seen anything
dia
like it.
guys. Nanti kapalnya hancur lagi, terlempar lagi.
Zoogle, huh?
Is
I
banget
turned
itu.
back as soon as I caught sight
Is
of the
banget
thing,
itu.
so I can't tell you much more.
Kutukan
Just be
Aldo.
real careful if you head
Janganlah,
out that
jangan
way.
bawa Adol ya. Jangan bawa Adol, jangan. Adol kutukannya itu guys. Kalau dia naik kapal ya pasti hancur, kedampar, ya kan? Yang mana kayak gitu? Coba cari aja. Setuju enggak, dia lari setuju. Yang sel Seta itu ya itu sama.
Alright.
Is 8 sel Seta itu sama kejadiannya. Tawa lu. Dia naik kapal hancur. Kedampar.
I guess.
Aduh. Kalau ini tadi untung aja yang kemarin enggak ini ya, kapalnya enggak hancur kan, cuma kedampar doang. Aduh.
Right.
Oke.
I didn't like the sound of that monster Nath was talking about one bit.
Well, we have to press on. We're going through Zion Mine to
Mana tadi katanya? Buat sini ya.
Let's move.
Oh, mana? Oh iya, lewat situ bener. Kutukan Mr. Adol ya. Kalau Anda naik kapal dengan dia, waspadai. Kapal Anda rusak. Mana, Pak? Zone tunnel. Belum pernah kesini ya.
We should be able to cook here.
Yap, makan dulu. Sebelum berangkat tuh harus sarapan guys. Gak bisa gitu tuh. Jangan so-soan ya. Ini buat energi, energi. Ya.
Hey, that actually.
Oh kan? Nah, tujuan gue sih ngambil itu Pak ya. Udah sejam soalnya
I've
lebih
been
malah.
thinking about what we discussed earlier. His reasons might not have been pure, but in the end, Dohalim still made Elda Menencia a place where Danans and Renans can coexist. I thought everyone would welcome
Ini
that
gue bisa
change
peregangan.
with open arms.
Kalian
I
bisa
took
nonton
pride
ini
in
saya
what we had
peregangan,
without
bisa
putting in the
minum.
work to
Ya.
truly solidify it. After so much failure, do you think I even have the right to pursue my ideals?
Sampai-sampai di
It doesn't matter what I
I9 jadikan lelucon.
You've
Iya.
already found your answer, haven't you?
Aduh,
I know what I
saking
want to
seringnya
say.
itu loh.
But I can't help but wonder if I'm being
Kok bisa
selfish.
sama gitu kan.
Everybody makes
Kata si Adol.
mistakes in life, Kisara.
Ya nggak tahu.
It's what you do afterwards that
Si
matters.
Adol seneng-seneng
But you
aja.
already
Gitu.
knew that, right?
Yeah. I won't look away from the world any longer. I'll do my
Hebatnya
best
dia
to
selalu
confront
selamat
reality.
loh. Dia sama
so that we
Dogi
don't lose
pasti
anyone
dua
else
orang itu. Ih, jangan-jangan
ever
nih
again.
antara
More to the
yang
point,
sial dia kena kutukan mungkin ya.
Dohalim needs someone who
Antara
can push
emang
him forward.
Adolnya atau enggak si
I
Dogi
think we
nih.
both get
Ih, mbak
lost in
sial.
our sorrow too
Atau
easily
dua-duanya emang sial
when we
gitu.
focus on the past.
If we
Contoh
see
kayak
that
Is 8
happening,
ya.
we'll set
Mungkin
him straight.
kesialan pertama
Don't
mungkin
worry.
dari Adol ya.
We'll look out
Muncul si
for both of
Kraken,
you.
ya kan?
I have
Kesialan
to say
kedua
that, if you turned out this well modeling
adalah
yourself
dari
after
Doginya ya, kutukannya
you really
gabung
must have
akhirnya
been a great man.
dapat kesialan kedampar
What,
di
you
pulau
didn't
penuh
believe me
dinosaurus.
I'm pretty sure I've been going on about him since I joined up. If you
Ini
need
setelah
more
sampai di
convincing, I've got plenty more stories
Siren,
about him.
kutukannya dibersihkan ya kan?
Maybe another time.
Hampir dibersihkan seorang-orangnya.
I'll
Hampir
take watch
ya.
tonight. It's okay.
Sengaja dapat pedang sakti tapi hilang di Is7. Makasih. Is Selta deh.
Before we go, do you
Di
guys have
Selta
everything?
hilang ya. Is7 atau Selta yang kedua itu dah hilang semuanya. Apa coba gear-gear yang susah payah kita dapatkan kalau ada main 8 kan hilang tak berbekas. Sampai di 9 ditanyain, nah kamu kan dapat
It's
artefak
quite
gitu kan.
hot here. The climate
Oh.
feels different from Menencia's.
It's
Semuanya
gotten much
kemana
cooler
itu
since
benda
leaving
gitu loh.
town, though.
Does that
Hilang
mean
bos.
eyes were burning
Si Ado
holes
dengan
in us?
gampangnya bilang hilang. Kok bisa ya nggak? Kok makin kebakar, buset. Panas ini ya. Kalau di situ pasti ada Setama ya. Setama renang di situ nggak apa-apa pak. Setama doang ya. Setama
Something
renang.
feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Oke. Lokasi baru kah?
So we're back in the Zion mine tunnels.
Aha.
Who'd have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we
Berburu.
touched, as I recall.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
Insting pencari-mencari masih guys ya. Kita masih perlu benda pak. Ya mohon maaf nih ya. Kalau ntar dibilang Anda udah OP bang, ngapain cari-cari dulu senjatanya pak? Oh ini dulu ya. Oh iya deng. Pas ini nih. Wah nostalgia juga ya. Awal-awal main. Ya ampun, udah gak ada orang dong. Dapat apa di sini ya? Bener kan ke situ? Ntar pak ya. Lagi-lagi pak, mohon maaf nih. Ya kan? Pewalangan kalau nggak di, kan? Wah, wah doang. Harus cek-cek pak, walaupun nggak ada isinya ya. Insting pengecekan tuh. Nah, nggak ada apa-apa kayak. Kok jadi markas ini ya? Nah, tak ada apa-apa. Tapi serigalanya masih ada di situ dong. Ini pas masih ini tutorial ini. Halo. Gak usah sok keras. Hah? Bantem beneran, meninggal kau.
So this path is supposed to take
Selamatan
us
kalian
out to
juga
Bird
nih.
Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or
Cek.
anything,
Waduh.
are we?
Don't get so paranoid you
Panas
let
tuh.
a rock fall on your head, Law.
Masuk sini bisa ini guys, kalian bisa goreng-goreng gratis guys ya. Bawa marshmallow kayak bawa apa gitu kan. Oke, ya, belok dulu ya toh. Jangan terlalu cepat-cepat. Saya tambah di bawah-bawah dong. Nah dia kan gitu kan, masuk magma nggak mati, di petir nggak mati. Ya udah kayak Sunggokong gitu loh. Oke, kita pakai serangan DLC elemen air guys ya. Welcome to Bird Volcano.
So hot.
Iya lah.
We've reached the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We
Kamu juga
need
volcano. Kalau di sini dingin bukan volcano.
to
Ya.
find that starship. And fast.
Full salju. Aduh. Isi. Kalau mau hidup gak usah ganggu saya. Ya kan? Kalau masih pengen hidup gak usah ganggu saya. Nah gitu. Pinter. Pinter, gue suka monster kayak gitu tuh. Cerdas. Dia ngikutin dong. Wah. Alah. Mau ngambil doang, woi. Ambil doang. Ambil doang. Ambil doang nggak boleh.
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Mau ngambil doang nggak boleh.
Not on my
Mau ngapain? Mau magic.
Are those rocks that spin?
Api lawan api.
Flying freak!
astral energy. Full throttle.
Gitu.
We can really really make weapons with this?
Flame stone. Alright, kalau gitu gue lawan. Botik, asik. Botik. Nah, dia yang punya. Ternyata ada bahan untuk membuat senjata, cuy. Ini gue lawan. Kalau ada bahan-bahannya nih, gue lawan guys. Kalau nggak ada, buat apa gitu loh? Wow. Berapa tambah tadi? Ya mati. Gue pengen lihat apa jurus apa tadi. Sini kah? Soaring lightning spear. Oke. Bukan jurus ini ya. Jurus baru dong. Kasih jurus baru yang sangat luar biasa gitu loh. Badai. Tidak, hanya itu saja. Yes, sudah. Alright. Satunya belum ada field actionnya si Dohalim. Oh iya. Allah. Iya ya, dia belum ada ya. Mana? Itu kepotong nih. Ini kan daunnya kepotong, gimana nih? Manjat deh. Males deh manjat. Tapi nanti keluar dipakai di sini, menurutku agak telat sih. Oh, mungkin berhubungan dengan elemen tanah ya. Ini ada tanah-tanahnya gitu kan. Jadi ya. Close. Sharing girl. Si Dohalim kan ini Avatar. Dia bisa ngeluarin magic ke gelap. Banyak magic sih. Oke. Wow, ini dia. Wow. Iya, dia kayak pertama ya. Dia bisa memanipulasi tanaman. Halo. Kelamaan ngeceknya. Udah, tinggal pencet udah, gak usah lama-lama. Udah ngikutin gua. Gua nih balik. Balik dong. Sini. Iya, kena tuh jadinya. Sis. Tadi fil aksinya udah dipakai tadi tuh. Udah ke situ, soalnya ke sini. Baru gue bisa ke sini. Oke. Ya dia jatuh. Ya. Saya berburu ya, mohon maaf. My face starting to stink. Aduh, kasihan. Oh, lagi kok naik ini, terjun lah. Oh, ini perlu nih. Sini. Saya perlu flame stone-nya. Apa? Tusuk keras. Iyo. Dia pakai ini deh, gue lupa deh. Sayang sekali Bang Topa nggak beli DLC. DLC-nya coba beli, pasti merasakan saya apa yang saya rasakan gitu. Dia tidak membeli guys. Tapi kalau kalian membeli DLC-nya ini pasti merasakan apa yang saya rasakan ya. Atau gue doang yang terlalu cupu ya. Saya terlalu cupu. Ya kita ke bawah ya. Misi Misi. Iya, ngejar. Ya kan? Nah, berarti kita ntar bakal jalan kaki nih. Di sini teleport nggak bisa lagi nih. Bau-baunya nih. Karena dia buka itu tadi tuh. Bau-bau tak sedap tuh. Waduh, nah ini harus dilawan.
Take this!
Waduh.
If it cools up, time to get out of the way.
We've turned the tables on them.
There are still more left.
The enemy's
Right.
weak.
No time to hold back.
Take that now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Nanti aja lagi fokus game lain. Oh gitu. Lagi main apa emang? Masih ini Yakuza atau yang lain. Oh, kita dapat Indomie, guys. Kita dapat Indomie. Waduh, rasa kari. Enggak ya? Indo gue buka belum? Belum dong. Buset, main pergi-pergi aja nih. Buka dulu, woi. Brigadir berarti menyanyi. Ya, lebih kuat ini. Nggak jadi. Ada nyabang lagi, Pak. Inilah nyabang. Allah Akbar. Jatuh. Isi dulu. Main squad dan PSP barusan keluar yang dispatch. Oh, Allah. Gue nyoba main lah. Biar tahu lah, biar kalian ntar kalau bahas Suikoden gue paham ya. Gue nggak tahu sama sekali Suikoden loh.
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Ngomong bahasa Inggris ya tuh. Siapa tuh? Oh, punya dia. Lama juga ya tapi ya. Berapa tahun tuh? 20 tahun adakah? Baru ada patch Inggrisnya. PS1 sampai sekarang nggak ada mungkin ya. Ada 10 tahun lebih harusnya sih ya. PS1 loh. PS1. Kamu loh Akbar adatnya. Ada yang ini nggak? Ada yang bahasa Indonesia nggak? Ayo Bang Jo. Bang Jo kayak main pakai apa ya? Ini ada yang bahasa Indonesia juga deh. Gue salah ingat. Masa ada yang bahasa Indonesia toh? Suikoden. Itu Suikoden berapa tuh?
Only the best materials in your garments.
You really do have quite the discerning eye, Dohalim.
Yeah, they all kind of.
Oh, oke, tesin dulu. Kayak apa Pak? Dikejar Pak. Pak, yuset. Suaranya.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Raging Cascade! Confiscate!
Azure Storm!
Gemini Aqua!
Armor won't
Do
save
it!
you.
Thunder by the power of flame!
In a bind.
Without a trace! Now!
I'll take you all on.
2012 itu gamenya keluar, jadi hampir 10 tahun. Gila.
Tricks up my sleeve, young lady.
I hope to see them sometime.
Perasaan gue inget ada bahasa Indonesianya deh.
First form!
Gue salah inget ya. Sugudan berapa
Well
tuh?
then, let's keep moving.
2 atau 1 ya? Ada bahasa Indonesia. Nemu uang. Gak bisa dong.
No choice.
Dilawan dulu. Mereka yang punya kayak wah.
This one's mine!
We turn the tables out.
There are still more left!
Right. No time to hold back.
Didn't even
Punya
break a sweat.
sih udah ada sih English pad-nya, tapi Google Translate waduh.
Calcified.
Google Translate.
Calaglia.
What kind of poem is that?
A sparse one.
Google Translate itu transitan satu persatu ya. Pineapple gue dari sini udah kan? Atau belum gue di situ? Oh, gue lupa. Gue belum. Yang bahasa Indonesia berarti Sukoden berapa tuh?
You picked the wrong fight.
In here! There's a healing line!
It's over. Searing gale.
I can do it!
We turn the tables
Atau gak ada? Atau gue salah inget aja tuh?
Right. No time to hold back.
Charge like that can easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Then tonight's meal is on you.
You got it. What to make?
Yang ini asli dari Friends. Sukoden 2 itu ada Indo. Oh, I2 berarti. Berarti ini yang satu berarti ya, Sukoden pertama. Sukoden pertama berarti yang mana? Gue tidak main, jadi gue nggak tahu guys. Aduh. Bener nggak tahu ceritanya. Gila, ini harusnya orang ini udah mati guys ya. Masuk sini guys. Matinya nggak hanya karena kepanasan guys. Kita sesak napas ya masuk sini guys.
Don't try anything funny. Especially you, Law.
Jadi isinya sih karbon dioksida semua sih pastinya ya.
I didn't know you had
Lain
that
bang,
sort of
ini Sukoden
twisted
terbaru
ability.
sebelum
I would have figured rocks
nggak
and planets would be
dilanjutkan.
too different for you to handle both.
Not necessarily.
Oh beda ya.
Both of them contain Earth
Oke,
astral
ntar gue
energy.
coba cari lah.
Luck-
Mbak cek
This area is rich.
Karena penasaran gitu loh. Yang gue ingat cuma Sukoden PS1 ya. Loh, tembus mana nih? Oh, langsung lompat situ. Ada kristal-kristal sih. Ambil lah, nggak jadi balik. Waduh. Iya, gue mau gocek. Gak bisa.
Coming through.
Let me help! First aid would never fit!
I owe you one. Damn it!
Shattering of pieces!
By the power of flame!
Azure
Without a
Storm!
trace! Go for it!
PS1 atau 2 aja dulu. Atau 5 juga bagus.
With the Earth.
Kalau 5 kan alurnya mundur toh.
Get toasty!
Yang 5, 4 alurnya gimana sih? Timelinenya si Sukoden itu gimana sih? Kalau gue inget, kalau nggak salah sih yang PS2 itu yang mundur toh.
Coming through.
Kalau gue nggak salah inget ya.
You got company!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Wide open!
It won't escape me.
Now!
Holy red! Here goes!
Mirage!
Step back. This one's all law.
Let's dispose of the trash.
I can carve through armor.
Take this! Mirage! Try this!
Clear for us a path.
Infernal
Now!
Turret!
Freeze Lancer!
Enter Storm!
Aim for the weak spot.
Magic is there! Air thrust!
Berarti 4 sama 3 kurang bagus dong.
Thank goodness we
Halo.
won.
1, 2, dan 5 bagus. Kalau nggak salah sih 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Waduh, aku sayang ibu ya. 4, 5, 1, 3, 2. Wow. Banyak juga ya Suikoden ya. Terus yang baru ini Ayuden ya. Yang ternyata digarap sama Square Enix. Kocak sekali. Ternyata yang mengerjakan adalah Square Enix. Ayuden. Dan malah jadi kayak itu, kayak ini, kayak Sakuna jadinya detailnya pas lihat cuplikannya. Rasanya turn based dah pas awal-awal dulu dia ngeluarin. Ada Godzilla guys, Godzilla.
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Tuh, ini yang kemarin
Do
nih.
you think this might have been where one of those lights that
Ya
shot
seperti
out of
api
the
kemarin
wedge
guys.
landed?
Kemarin yang dulu pas di awal-awal nih.
Why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later.
Oh,
If
ya
it
oke.
gets into
Siap,
town,
siap, siap.
it's going to cause chaos. We
Iya
need to
sih.
take it down and move on. Let's go.
Gue deh. Monster Hunter. Epret. Oh, Epret namanya guys.
Let me know if you need
Gue
healing.
nyerang mana nih?
Here it comes. Focus.
On your
Gede
toes,
banget.
everyone.
Gue nyerang apa, woi? Gue bisa nyerang apa guys? Mereka diem.
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why?
Gue nyerang apa,
Are you
woi?
scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you
What?
even have to ask? Of course I'm scared.
Dia nyembur loh. Dia nyembur loh. Do something, do something.
Summoning Zoobles? Take care of them while keeping an eye on it.
Oh, ini kayak yang tadi nih. Kayak si burung. Dia manggil anak-anaknya ya.
Armor won't save you!
Raging storm!
In a vine?
Celestial order! Razor Lightning!
Oh,
Celestial
Simply it won't escape me.
dia tidur.
Do it!
Oh, lu.
Get toasty!
Ada 2 game, Rising sama yang turn based. Rising itu yang Bang Yufa bilang itu, yang turn based masih turn. Oh, ada 2 ya ta. Gue kira 1 doang.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Tapi lucu sih. Yang Racing pun juga lucu ini. Ya nyembur lagi.
Here come more.
You'll just have to keep fighting.
Lightning
The enemy wields ours too.
You'll soon see about that!
Tapi kalau yang ngerjain si Square Enix sih,
Like better at it.
ya mungkin
The further away, the better. You and I both. Not in your dreams.
Your arms are really incredible.
It's thanks to you.
Ntar. Ampun bos.
Always be here.
Bisa ngasih darah gua nggak? Nah gitu.
I'm in your deck, Dohalim.
Then tonight's meal.
Reinforcements incoming.
You got it.
Magic is there. They're all coming after me.
I'm coming, Manuel.
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine.
Ayo, untung aja ini kalau udah full. Boom.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Dia mau ngapain? Dia ngeluarin Rasengan guys. Dia ngeluarin Rasengan apa? Buset, ternyata ini muridnya Naruto. yang jadi Godzilla. Wah. Loh. Dia bisa rasengan. Gawat nih Godzilla. Pasti dia nonton Naruto. Pasti nih, kalau nggak nonton Boruto nih ya. Oh, iya tahu. Mama gila. Aduh, tidur dulu dah. Capek. Enggak. Barusan tidur.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
Oke, makasih. Lagi dong. Oh, action dulu. Tahan dong, gila. Kirito banget nih. Kirito banget, suka nahan serangan. Diketok kepala langsung gagal otak. Mati. Ya. Diketok kepala langsung meninggal. Wah, gue berharap tadi actionnya bakal seru gitu. Ternyata ketok doang sekali meninggal. Ya.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Jangan itu studio buatan pembuat Suikoden, bukan Square Enix. Bukan berarti.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge,
yang Square Enix yang megang mana? Kalau nggak salah, di tag blast-nya Antara dia bilang Square Enix dia yang megang. Untuk yang Rising. Atau cuma jadi itu doang, jadi punya publisher doang mungkin. Tapi Square Enix kok jadi publisher doang, jangan juga ngerjain game. Apakah Antara salah? Atau gue salah denger? Bisa jadi, gue salah denger mungkin ya. Tapi gue pasti nggak salah denger adalah Square Enix gitu loh. Gue dengar kata Square Enix, gue nggak salah dengar kalau itu. Oh, ini dia nih, gue perlu nih. Master Flaming Edge Charge, nah gitu dong. Bagus. Mungkin gue salah denger ya, mungkin. Tapi nggak tahu juga deh. Pokok di tag blast-nya Antara tuh ada tuh ngomong gitu. Soal Eiyuden Rising, bukan yang turn based. Kalau yang turn based dulu gue tahu emang si itunya kan, yang dulu pembuat itunya. Yang kira mereka membangunkan kembali game Suikoden bernama Eiyuden. Gue tahu kalau itu. Kan disuruh menyumbang kan, meminta untuk fan-fannya agar ikut menyumbang buat gamenya kan. Jadi itu game banyak orang, karena banyak orang yang mensupport game itu. Press weak point. Ya semua alright masih bisa. Secret key.
I've been doing really great lately.
Masih ada jalan. Gila. Tapi apapun itu gamenya bagus. Walaupun gue gak tahu gitu loh. Sayang sekali saya bukan pemain Suikoden. Hanya penonton doang.
Is that it over there?
Lu si bapak di mana-mana. Keren kali nih bapak nih. Iya dong. Saya kan ini. Ada yang bagus armornya. Aku lihat bukan EC kok, publishernya 505 Games. Nah, berarti apa tuh Square Enix tuh? Kalau bukan publisher berarti ngapain dia gitu loh. Antara ngapain ngomong gitu di tabloidsnya. Kalau bukan publisher berarti pembuat dong, yang megang dong. Gak tahu juga deh. Saya tidak mengurus itu. Biarkan saja. Terus Claw, Chameleon Hide. Chameleon 6. Berarti musuh baru lagi. Ntar kita ketemu nih. Belum tamat buat ini game. Apa nih? Oh, ini udah dapat. Gua bikin nih. Tinju babi. Kenapa gue equip? Kan udah. Jadi punya 2 dong gua. Di crafting. Atau butuh. Buset. Waduh. Man, the moment is coming. Lihat ini dia pakai pagar, ada babiknya. Nah. Ya, rampik baru guys ya. Babik telinga panjang ya, namanya rampik. Jam. Chip. Waduh. Alpen. Oh. Waduh. Wow. Oh. Fokus di sini, Bang. Oh, oke. Siap. Bentar ya. Gua cek ini tadi ada yang baru muncul. Faster recovery. Mungkin itu yang gue lihat di YouTube. Mungkin orangnya udah penuh semua skillnya mungkin ya. Jadi enak gitu loh. Kritikalnya mantap. Gue ngelawan stres pak gua.
I never imagined Law would have a knack for husbandry.
Makes sense since they're on the same wavelength.
Oke. Ini kapalnya si Alpen guys. Yang mau buat dia ke era ini ya. Dari Lenigis.
Alpen?
Did you remember something?
Sesuatu?
No, but
ya.
I have seen
Ini
this
pernah
starship
melihat
before.
pesawat ini sebelumnya.
This is
Nanti
it.
guys. Inilah
This is the ship I
pesawat.
traveled in when I
Inilah
escaped
yang
from Lenegis.
membawaku ya ketika aku pergi dari Lenegis katanya. Kabur ya kan. Masih bisa.
3 centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Oke, bakal dicek katanya guys ya. Karena udah 300 tahun guys.
Damn.
Masih bagus juga dalamnya. Kalau masih bagus gila berarti. Material yang dibuat membuat pesawat ini luar biasa plus teknologinya ya. 300 tahun masih bisa berfungsi tuh. Perbuatan orang guys. Manusia belum bisa membuat kayak gitu ya. Motor aja 5 tahun udah
But you've got us now, Alpen.
rajin di servis. Kalian harus rajin mengecek
Law's
nih ya.
right. Rinwell too.
Bakal banyak masalah
You're
yang
one of
muncul.
us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Oke.
Thanks, you
Kamu
guys.
bagian dari dunia ini katanya. Ya masalah aja masa lalu lah, jangan dibawa jadikan beban itu. Ini masih bisa loh nih.
How's it look?
Mana
It should
dalamnya?
fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However,
Buset.
considering how long
Bisa
it's remained
terbang katanya,
inactive,
semuanya
I
aman.
suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait?
Ya tapi perlu
Terrible at
waktu
waiting.
katanya guys
That's because
untuk
you're a child.
manasin
Oh,
mesinnya
but
ya.
How about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for
Dan
the
motor
trip?
guys.
Good idea.
Ya sama
Who
aja tuh.
knows when we'll be back
Semua
from
mesin ya kayak
Lenegis once
gitu
we
harus
leave.
panasin dulu
We
biar
should
enak.
prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Jadi kita suruh
Let's try
nunggu
not to
guys.
stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
Sedih kenapa sih? Oh. Oh, tanda serunya ini. Tanda seru biasanya ini. Kita suruh nunggu guys. Ya kita istirahat dulu ya. Wah, di sini enak sih guys. Enggak deng, enggak ada wifi. Kan saya wifi man.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No
Welcome
offense
nih.
to Shion and Dohalim.
Welcome. Iya
It's worth
juga ya.
remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Shion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Shion can finally get rid of her thorns.
Lebih diem guys.
Shion?
Huh? Yeah.
Oke. Tadi mereka membahas soal orang-orang di sana tuh bakal gimana responnya gitu ya. Terus kan di sini kan udah ada contoh kan ya si Menancia itu yang bisa bergabung bersama ya.
Shion?
Renan dan juga Dahanan dan dia hilang nih. Ya mereka percayalah walaupun di sana mungkin bakal ada penolakan atau gimana guys atau gimana ya. Yes.
Where'd Shion go? How could she just go off on her own?
Karena tidur tuh kelihatan tuh. Ngapain banyak situ? Nah dia.
Shion.
Ya, mau ngapain lo?
Shion! It's your thorns? But why?
Dia ngapain sih guys? Langsung dingin.
You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Menekan kutukannya dengan Mbak.
Stay out of my way.
Iya. Oke. Apa nih? Cewek nih.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up.
Oh, pergi sendirian guys.
Do this!
I told you to shut up.
Ya serius guys.
I won't let you.
Lawan Sion nih.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
Kalau tuh.
I won't
Dia
tell
akan
you
pergi.
again. Move or I'll shoot.
Tembak aja.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Pergi sendirian gitu loh. Alasan tertentu berarti nih.
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Rolron?
Hah?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Xion. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Xion, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renis Alma on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
That's too much. It's way too much.
when this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Lu kan rasa ini guys ya, rasa petir.
Living for the sake of dying. It's no better than being a slave. How can you endure this? It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. Fight until the end together.
Respect.
What you said to me before.
Respect for you, Alfred. You are true manly man.
That it'll be the end of everything else too?
Shion, what do you want? It's your decision ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone.
I won't be alone.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys.
And I, for
Thank you for
one, don't
much.
believe
Thank
this
you very
venture is
much.
without hope.
Huh?
Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events had...
Mana ada gampang kalau mendapatkan hal berharga gitu. Oke. Yep, intinya ya, jadi ya si Shione ini ternyata dari awal berencana untuk berkorban gitu guys, mengorbankan dirinya. Jadi dia tuh membelot dari Renan supaya dia bisa dapatkan Renas Alma, ya kan? Kemudian dengan Renas Alma itu dia akan menghilangkan kutukannya, dimana kalau kutukannya hilang itu akan membuat dia meninggal karena kutukannya adalah bagian dari dirinya juga gitu. Ibaratnya ya satu kesatuan lah dengan nyawanya dia gitu. Itu rencananya si Shione kayak gitu ya. Tapi ketemu dengan mereka-mereka ini yang membuat bonding yang sangat luar biasa dengan si Shione ya. Jadi dia tuh gak ingin meninggalkan dunia gitu guys ya. Karena ya ketemu mereka-mereka ini nih. Akhirnya dia punya tujuan untuk hidup gitu loh. Dan ternyata kutukannya itu tidak mengizinkan si Shione untuk meninggal guys ya. Jadi dia tidak bisa mati ya. Shione itu abadi walaupun dia udah dibunuh mungkin ya. Udah sekitarnya ibaratnya kena serangan kritikal banget ya di daerah-daerah yang fatal ya, di vitalnya. Itu dia nggak akan mati ya walaupun dia terjun dari pantesan. Di awal-awal dia kan lompat tuh. Dia gak kenapa-napa. Oh, oke, terjelaskan di sini ya. Gitu ya. Jadi sekarang semuanya membantu Shione ya. Jadi biar dia tuh tidak melakukan hal itu karena dia akan ditanggung bersama guys, nggak hanya ditanggung sendiri oleh Shione gitu. Shione itu tidak awalnya ingin bunuh diri karena nggak kuat sama kutukannya. Ya gimana lagi pak, orang deket kesakitan ya, saking baiknya Shione ya. Ya tuh nggak ingin ada orang itu terluka karena dia terus macamnya. Dia kesepian dari kecil dia udah merasakan guys, nggak ada temen, selalu diasingkan karena kutukannya itu dianggap aneh. Ya tau lah ya gimana rasanya kesendirian guys, apalagi sampai diasingkan gitu kan, dianggap berbeda gitu kan.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Well, that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelagian. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
Kayaknya kata si Dohalim itu terkoneksi semuanya guys ya. Mungkin aja dari suara-suara yang didengar dari oleh si siapa? Si Rinwell itu bisa ini ya, dari asal energi itu guys ya, mungkin bisa memberikan petunjuk untuk masalahnya si Shione guys. Mungkin aja katanya ya, ini ide gilanya si Dohalim, mungkin aja itu bisa dikeluarkan atau apa itu dijadikan wujud ya, biar jadi wujudnya biar keluar gitu guys ya. Si Thorn-nya itu biar punya wujud, jadi si Thorn-nya itu hidup, si Shione juga masih hidup tapi lepas dari badannya si Shione, tapi dia nggak tahu masih ada hal yang kurang gitu untuk teorinya dia gitu. Ketemu sama Akang Alpen jadi pingin survive ya, karena dia satu-satunya orang gitu loh yang bisa memegang dia gitu loh, jadi nggak takut sama si Thorn-nya, kutukannya si Shione. Jangan awal-awal si Alpen nggak kerasa apa-apa pak. Jadi dia juga spesial nih orang gitu kan. Selama kelamaan ya jadi suka ya kan. Apalagi Alpen ya lelaki banget pak, kuat iya, baik iya, peduli juga iya, bertalenta juga iya, cakep juga iya. Siapa gak suka?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants.
Uh-huh.
I have my own dreams, But a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it.
Oke. Ini hebatnya di sini guys ya. Saling mendukung satu sama lain gitu kan. Ini udah pada tahu ya kan, dia dukung katanya. Ya, lu sama si Xione aja udah kelihatan gitu kan. Apa dia memerlukan dirimu kan gitu kan. Tindakannya si Alpennya tadi kayak gitu, memegang erat walaupun ya udah merasakan sakit, ya udah kayak dulu pas dia masih pakai topeng gitu loh. Tapi itu yang dibutuhkan sama Xione, orang-orang kayak gitu kan. Dan si Alpen ini yang bisa menyentuh lah, ibaratnya menyentuh hatinya si Xione gitu.
How could I?
Fair enough.
Xian's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns.
Aduh, suara jangkriknya ini bikin ngantuk,
she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close.
Pun krik-krik doang tapi.
I just figured that was the type of person she was, you know?
Tenang gitu.
But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Xian's able to do that one day too.
Amin.
No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more.
Amin.
Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts.
Kan harus bahagia sih.
And forget about our grudges and pain.
Gak bisa dia. Penderitaan udah terlalu banyak guys ya. Kasian. Dia harus bahagia.
Did you know?
You mean about Xian?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her, no matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Xian, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Xian. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is.
Oke. Paling semangat ini ya. Semuanya semangat sih, tapi ya semangat ya. Dengan bersama kita bisa menyelamatkan dunia. Alright, the best. Xione harus bahagia. Iya dong. Semuanya ya, gak hanya Xione, tapi Xione yang sekarang diprioritaskan ya. Alpen bagiankan dia. Cuma kamu yang bisa. Oke, siap bos, laksanakan.
Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No.
Gue juga gak ingat.
When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot.
Waduh, enak banget ada cewek kayak gitu.
I was different back then. The Danans were not even people to me. And I knew I would always be alone.
Kadang ada yang marah, Pak.
But in that room with Deadime, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renins. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that.
Iyan dia guys. Hanya dia manggil temen dia suka banget, seneng banget ya.
But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shion.
But then I realized
Yo, momennya
I'd
udah
only
pas
really
nih.
been thinking of myself that entire time.
Ini udah dapet nih.
After
Jangan bilang
saying
ada
how
yang
I
ganggu
felt,
nih.
and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore.
Okay.
I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water.
Guys, ya. Sekarang dia ingin menang ya. Ingin hidup.
I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Danans and Renins, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Nice.
Thank you.
Dia senyum guys.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
Yalah, nikah aja lah.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.
Saatnya. Pak, saya pergi dulu Pak ya. Hati-hati jalan Pak. Siap deh. Tenang aja. Ya sakti kok. Ayo aja. Kita berangkat guys. Dia masih bersih loh ya.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
Udah dibersihkan mungkin ya.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
La, don't say that. You're going to jinx us.
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Arise.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her
Tanya,
one,
ada namanya
right?
gak gitu?
I was thinking something like...
Fall Nights.
All Nights.
It means owl in the ancient tongue. Literally, the one drawn to the skies.
Oh. Bagus juga tuh.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but...
Okay,
well,
one
it's
drawn
as
in the
good a name as
sky,
any.
ya.
From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Okay, people. We have two goals.
Namanya
First,
Fall
we need to get
Nights,
to Lennigus
guys.
and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good?
Yang mengudara di langit, ya.
All right. Then let's go.
Sip. Kita naik merkabah, guys. Ini merkabah ya. Bentuknya kayak merkabah gitu loh, ya toh. Warna putih. Oh, ini merkabah nih, guys. Ya. Ini udah dimodifikasi ya. Wow. Bukan expect bakal secepat itu. Ternyata Pak ngebut. Gila. Langsung di orang angkasa dong kita dong. Gila.
You know,
Ternyata
I can
hypersonic,
still
Pak.
hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here,
Wow, cepet
all the
kali.
struggles we've been through feel so...
Terus bakal santai dulu gitu loh, langsung
Nothing like
digas.
realizing how small you
Nggak
are
tanpa
to
babi
put
bu.
everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
Ya dua orang
How much
kasa ya
longer until
Lennigus
we
ya.
reach Lennigus?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea.
Ya
The
dua orang
starship may
kasa,
end up
gue kira
serving as our base of operations once we're down there.
masih satu lokasi gitu loh.
Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Oke,
Everything
yang
okay, Shion?
ngendalin bakal
You seem
ini
a
ya.
little different.
Different? Like in a bad way different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately, like you found a
Gak
zest
jadi
for
lawan
life.
Krito
It suits you.
dong ini. Gak dah udah, biarin aja tuh orang. Gak bisa balik ya? Gak bisa. Dah biarin aja lah. Tadi off record aja gue lawan lah. Karena
No,
kita bablas
I was
dulu.
merely thinking how it had
Kita
been 7
bablas
years,
anginnya
that's
dulu.
all.
You mean since you became a lord and left Lennigus? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. Tell me though, you too have a history with Lennigus. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions.
Iya sih.
Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever.
Harus dilawan.
The past is what
Harus
it is.
guys.
There's no changing
Trauma
that.
itu jangan dibiarin
The
ya, harus
future's what
dilawan.
we make it.
I see.
Kita berhasil melewati ya, kita bisa ditambah kuat guys ya.
Forgive me. I
Secara
was wrong to
mental
pry.
khususnya.
We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish looking around the ship.
Alright. Ini dia ya operatornya guys.
We'll be going to Lennigus soon.
This must feel like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lennigus like back then? You know, before you came to Dana.
Let's just say, I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns
Udah
my whole
ketebak
life,
sih. Udah
for as
ketebak
long
sih.
as I can remember. They called it treatment, but in truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was
Oh.
to them was a riddle to solve.
Dia
They
pernah
poked
jadiin
and prodded
ini
me,
guys.
trying to figure
Ya,
out what
coba-cobaan di
triggered my
sebuah
thorns or
eksperimen
changed
ya.
the form they took.
Waduh. Gara-gara
Day in
kutukannya
and day
itu
out,
ya.
every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched.
Orang berarti yang punya trauma di sini guys ya, di Lanegis ya.
I thought things couldn't get any worse, but then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse.
Sionnya juga Alpen, dua-duanya punya trauma di tempatnya sama di Lanegis. Ya mungkin deh.
Unable to so much as touch another soul.
Ini di lab.
Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived.
Alpen di tempat itu, pacarannya di kotanya berarti.
And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live. But why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right?
Terus mas,
terus
pepet.
As if some of us were just meant to be
Rambut pink
sacrificed.
jangan sampai
This struggle was
lolos.
never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people.
Udah, Sionnya udah seneng banget guys. Si Alpen mau ngomong apa aja dia seneng udah.
Then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember?
World
This fight
free
is yours
for
too, Xion.
sacrifice.
If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it. The true
Bukan
nature
hal yang
of our
mudah ya.
A victory
Bebaskan
without
dunia
losers.
dari
But that means that a Danan victory over Rena can't be the end.
hal-hal macam
Do you
itu ya.
think we can pull it
Pengorbanan
off?
untuk kebebasan dunia.
Bet
Wah,
we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this
aiming for the
together.
stars. Padahal gemes sih liatnya. Mana tuh lokasinya? Wah, ini lagi nih. Iya, pacaran berdua. Waduh.
Hey, Alvin, listen to this. So Law and I were just talking and...
Hey, shut up!
What's got Law all flustered?
Masih kayak di
Only that
temen
he's
guys ya.
afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all that fuss he made about naming the ship too.
Ya udah pasti bisa membayangkan bagaimana kalau dua orang ini menikah
I
guys
just
ya.
think it's, you know, a
Ya
little
ini
unsettling how
ceng-cengan
we're
kayak
going to
gini
be
nih
cruising through
bakalan.
space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
It's a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renin technology. It got me to Dana in one piece, remember?
Berantemnya berantem anak-anak guys.
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alvin, it must be
Ceng-cengan
okay.
gitu
Don't you
dua orang
agree,
ini.
Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alvin. It's just wrong, okay?
Ya udahlah ya, teruskan. Lama nggak jambak-jambakan nggak apa-apa. Nggak masalah ya. Ini Mbak Kisara ngapain di belakang ini? Tuh, apa ini orang? Tuh. Oh, jadi si Alpen tidur di sini guys ya. Oh ya, ini tempat kapsulnya nih buat cool sleep ya. Dia ditidurin di situ, tidurin enak ya. Dia
You
di
okay? Feeling
bekuin di
airsick?
situ ya.
Actually,
Makanya
now that
bisa
you mention
sampai
it,
300
not at
tahun
all.
gitu.
These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea, thank goodness.
Glad to hear it. That device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
Ya emang.
It's a healing pod. It
Healing
fixes
part.
injuries and illnesses.
Wow, udah kayak
Oh,
itu
you
berarti.
don't say.
Yang di Dragon Ball.
That should definitely come in handy
Yang
if
di
any of us get injured while
pesawatnya
we're
si
down
Frieza,
there.
guys. Ya kan pas Goku dikasih
Alpha?
dalam situ kan buat
Was it
penyembuhan.
something I said?
No,
Sambungin aja bang, terus bang.
That's all.
Emang mirip loh.
What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid
Dragon
me
Ball kan ada
inside here.
itu.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight
Ada
after
ini.
escaping? But that mean you were inside for 300 years?
Aha.
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you back when we left Menencia? About the dream of coexistence and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time,
Jangan-jangan ada
I
Goku di
also
sini.
felt really compelled to fulfill my
Ah,
brother's wishes.
itu baru.
I'll always remember him
Itu
fondly.
baru ngayal
But the
namanya ya.
coexistence we're fighting for
Masa
isn't
Goku
for
di
him.
sini?
It's for people now.
Kalau Goku di sini,
And
Goku
those
yang
still to
ngajarin
come.
monster-monster tadi, Pak.
The world's
Bukan kita
bigger
ya.
than just Menencia. My
Tahu-tahu jadi
dream
DLCU.
is for all Danans
Bisa
wherever
jadi
they
kan
might be,
bandai ya.
to be
Iya
free.
deh.
If I've
Bandai.
learned
Gue
anything
lupa
on
deh.
this journey,
Iya.
it's that.
Yang game Dragon
And
Ball
the
juga
Who brought me along
dulu
was
Atari
you,
sih.
Alphen.
Sekarang bisa jadi
I'll
bandai.
forever be grateful to you.
Well, we're not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks.
Jadi DLC
At
dong.
least until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
Wah, bakal susah
I know.
dilawan tuh kalau Goku ya.
But whatever we find when we get
Goku
down
Ultra
there,
Instinct
I'm free
sekalian.
looking the other
Wah,
way.
Kirito sama Asuna aja udah bikin
Probably getting a little ahead of
stres.
myself, huh? Let's take things
Ada
one step at a
Goku
time.
Ultra Instinct bola diserang nggak bisa. Udah lah, jangan ya bandai, jangan dengerin ya idenya dari video ini. Kalau Anda lihat jangan diwujudkan ya. Ntar ada yang kepikiran, ntar pegawainya badai. Wah, coba kalau kita gabungkan sama Naruto atau enggak Dragon Ball. Aduh, ntar Naruto masuk sini ada mode Byronnya juga. Walah.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
Ya,
Before we do that, just what exactly should we
ya
expect when
selama
we get down there?
ditambahkan cerita baru ya.
Kisara has a
Tapi
point.
gimana nyambungnya ya?
Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing
Masa
about
di challenge
Lennius.
doang, sayang
I'd
sekali
like to
ya.
hear more too.
Harusnya sih
It's
tambah
been
ke
centuries since
apa
I was
cerita
last
baru
there.
kak gitu
They
kan.
didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Mungkin
Very
Goku
well. First and
terisap
foremost,
ke
Lennigus
dalam
was the base of operations in charge of the
dimensi
crown
apa gitu
contest
yang
on
melempar
Dana.
dia ke sini ya kan.
Of course, it also happens to be a city
Kan
in its
enak
own
gitu.
right, complete with its own
Dikasih cerita
independent
harus dia pengen
society.
pulang tapi gak
Its
bisa.
social structure is
Karena
based
nggak
on
ada
a
Dragon
strict
Ball.
hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate,
Salah alamat
right?
teleportasi.
So people's positions are fixed at birth.
Nyasar.
They can be honed with the
Nggak,
right
nggak bisa.
training,
Kalau
and
gitu
there
nggak
are
bisa.
admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's
Kalau dia
basically the
yang
gist.
teleportasi sih
And as a result,
kayaknya
family
nggak
lines
bisa
that
sih
churn
kalau
out
itu.
lords and their
Teleport
contenders
kan
wield
kita
disproportionate
harus
influence. And those lineages
pernah
are
ke
treated as nobility.
lokasi itu gitu loh. Kalau Goku
Those
kan,
capable
iya,
of only
Goku
weak
bisa deng.
astral arts are
Iya ya,
effectively
Goku
an
kan
underclass. Denied the
teleponnya
right to
bukan
descend
ini
to
ya, dia
Dana
kan
even if they
merasakan
wanted to.
pancaran energi ya. Oh, masuk akal.
Still,
Masuk akal.
even
Tiba-tiba
the
masuk
lowest
akal.
rung on the Renin ladder is
Kan
considered
di sini kan
superior to
astral
being a Dana.
energinya kan gede nih,
Keep that in mind down there.
ya kan? Asal
Thanks
energinya
for the
jadi
warning.
meluap-meluap kan,
As a lord, Dohalim
besar
must
gitu kan.
be
Jadi
pretty
dia
high
mungkin
up in the
Goku
pecking order, right?
pas gini
What
konsentrasi
about you, Shion?
Come
ngerasa
on, you've seen
ada
her skill
luapan
with
energi
astral
nih.
arts.
Wah, kayaknya seru
You
di
really
situ.
need to ask?
Goku, ya,
Fair
Goku
point.
guys.
On arts
Goku itu
alone, you're right. I
kalau
have
ada
been sitting
sesuatu
pretty.
yang
But you're forgetting
kuat
my thorns.
atau enggak sesuatu
They
yang
weren't exactly
menarik,
an
dia bakal
invitation to
datang.
high society.
Datangi tempat itu. Karena dia percaya bahwa di lokasi itu bakal ada
No,
orang-orang
it's
kuat
fine.
gitu kan.
It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're
Bisa jadi
thinking.
ya teleport ke situ
Less complicated that way.
bawa Becita. Becita diseret.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Gak diseret
Wait
juga
a
sih.
second. Are you?
Pas dia mau ke sini,
He is.
dia mampir ke
Well,
Becita.
how's
Becita,
blushing?
yuk main langsung kan
I
buku
am
gitu kan.
not.
Buku gak akan pernah
Of
menerima
course,
jawaban
separating
guys
people
ya.
into castes
Belum jawab
based
langsung
on something
diajak.
arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst.
Hancur nanti
As
pelannya
if
kalau ada
such
Goku
simplistic
ya juga ya.
criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
Goku gitu loh.
So this red woman,
Aduh.
are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
Tapi bisa aja
I would
sih.
wager
Kalau ntar
so.
jadi DLC gue gak akan kaget.
Lenegis is too deeply involved in all
Naruto,
this to discard the
Goku.
possibility. Chances
Gak akan
are she's
kaget gua.
also connected to the Renis
Tapi
Alma being stolen from us in
masalahnya
Collegium.
If the Renis Alma is being used
bisa
to
nggak kita
exploit
menang
Dana,
lawan
we
Goku
need
gitu
to
loh.
take it back at all
Kalau sampai
costs.
DLC-nya dia Ultra
That
Instinct
red
beneran
woman's
ya.
got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
Oh, bunyi guys. Udah deket
We're
nih.
about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them.
Goku. Wah. Oh, dikirim ke sini ya? Astral energinya. Ya deng ke bulan ya. Lenegis tuh bulan berarti. Buset. Bulan yang kura-kura bulan ternyata planet. Ternyata isinya ini. Markas ya.
There's no one here.
Ada
I
orang di
wasn't
sini.
expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis's
Aku
infrastructure
pengen
is largely
disambut katanya gitu.
automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Iya, tuh. Kapalnya masih
Do you
ada,
think
belum
anyone
berangkat.
realizes that we're here?
Jelas dong.
We may not have
Mungkin
received a
saja.
royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
Atau hancur nanti planetnya kalau ada si Thanos.
So now what?
Ada
We've come
Thanos di
all this
bawah
way on a
juga
hunch
dong,
that this
makin
red
ngayal
woman
kita
is
guys.
here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma
Gara-gara
too.
gara-gara
Any idea
SAO
where
sih
we
di
should start
bawah-bawah.
looking?
Kalau
There is an
Thanos
area
kan
of the
gini.
city that is accessible only to the sovereigns.
Atau enggak itu tuh yang
known as the
baru
Forbidden
tuh,
Zone.
yang
That seems as good a place
Avenger
as
apa
any
tuh?
for us to start.
Yang dimana si siapa yang Jarvis tuh yang
What are they
jadi
hiding?
Vision ya kan?
I don't
Vision kan
know.
jadi jahat.
Hence my desire to find out.
Apa tuh? Yang versi apa tuh?
We
Gua
just so
lupa
happen
tuh.
to have a
Gua lihat di
sovereign in our
YouTube tuh.
midst.
Dia jadi jahat kan? Dia bisa pakai semua power
In
stone.
any case, changing the shape of a huge structure
Bisa
such as
langsung
Lenegis
ngancurin
would
tuh.
have required an immense source of power.
Nggak suka ngancurin planet tuh. Dimensi juga
And you
dihancurin
think
sama
that
dia.
source might have been the Renis Alma?
Terus sekalian ada
Precisely.
galaktik juga ya.
Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used
Semuanya
in the spirit
dibawa-bawa
channeling
dong.
ceremony 3
Dia
centuries
Kerbal,
ago.
sekarang Avenger.
Whatever the ceremony's purpose,
Ntar yang mana lagi
preparations
ntar
are
nih.
underway for it to be held once more. Then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the
cakep.
residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case,
Cakep guys.
It
Sampai
stands to
gitu ya.
reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Di luar angkasa.
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously
Nah,
think
Gundam
I'll be able
belum.
to waltz right into
Gundam.
the place after
Pak,
all this
Gundam
time?
masuk akal. Kalau Gundam lebih masuk akal
There's only
Gundam.
one way to find out. If
Gundam
there's
lebih
even a
masuk
chance
akal.
you can get
Kenapa?
us in, I say
Teknologinya
we
udah
give it a
maju-maju
shot.
gini guys. Jadi masuk akal lah
Shion's
kalau
right.
Gundam.
Who knows?
Masih
We might
bisa,
even find a clue to
kan
her
bisa ya.
source while we're at it.
Malah sangat-sangat bisa diterima kalau Gundam
Alright.
ada gitu.
It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone.
Godzilla ada pun nggak apa-apa. Tadi kan ada tuh.
Beyond that wall lies a city
Godzilla lain.
full of Renins.
Pulang lah.
The capital city where Shion
Take
and
off.
Dohalim used to live, no
Oh
less.
bisa balik kok.
Who knows what we'll
Nah,
find
bisa
on the other
balik
side.
guys. Bisa balik ternyata. Kita balik sih, gua save di sini ya. Udah, kita lanjutkan. Sedikit lagi. Wow. Perang kah? Bocil. Kacau, Pak. Walah. Apa ini bekas? Nggak mungkin dong. 300 tahun masih sama kayak gini mulu, gak dibenerin kotanya. 300 tahun loh.
What in the world?
This being Renin territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegis changed shape,
I know.
it must have had an effect on the interior too.
Kalau si Alper nggak mungkin 300
Maybe when
tahun.
they sent the wedge down to Dana?
Jauh.
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live.
Masa nggak dibangun-bangun, males
These are
banget
their
orangnya.
homes, right?
I would think the
Yang mau
citizens
dibangun kayak gini.
themselves didn't have much say in the matter.
Dengan
Either
style
way,
kehancuran.
Locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier. Dohalim?
Masa ada ya?
Is that you?
Ya Dohalim dulu pakai baju ini ya.
I'm glad to see you're well. So it is you.
Juga dari sini sih.
Why are you
Dohalim.
Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people.
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana then?
Heard what?
Alpen, Lucione.
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Ini kita lihat guys ya yang tes dulu ya.
Don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening. But so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden
Jadi
Zone.
gara-gara
You have any
si
idea where we might find it?
gadis berbaju merah guys ya yang tiba-tiba mengaktifkan itu, jadi di sini nggak ada pengumuman ya kan, tiba-tiba langsung bergerak-gerak gitu kayak kayak itu robotnya Power Ranger SPD ya kan, markasnya kan bisa gerak-gerak itu kan. Jadi Gundam kan, nah itu kan arahnya berubah kan, nah, gara-gara itu ya. Gak ada pengumuman, gak ada apa, berubah.
No.
Oh iya, jadi Dohalim juga punya trauma di sini berarti, sama 4 orang berarti ya. Tiga dong. Alpen, Sione, sama Dohalim.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
Ya trauma di sini guys.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself. Okay, Do?
Okay, Do. Okay, Do. Okay, Dohalim, okay, Do. Dan di kapal tadi dia yang ini dramain si Alpen ya kan. Wah, di sana bakal ada trauma nih. Kamu bisa nggak ngelawan itu nih? Ya nyata punya juga.
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up
Jadi
here in
sini
their own
kita
world.
bisa lihat dulu guys ya yang ingatannya si Dohalim dulu kan pas kita lawan dia. Di sini tesnya dia pemilihan calon lord kan di sini kan untuk jadi apa peserta dari kontes Crown kontes itu kan.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danans poking their
Ya,
noses around.
seleksinya di
Good
sini
idea.
ternyata.
I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Hah?
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two. The Danans among us should probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
What are we, dogs?
Gak perlu ngantuk gak? Oh. Map action. ke Simbah.
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zugals have stopped heeding our commands. Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really have no clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know. We have no choice but to grin and bear it. But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris?
Aduh,
I
Ilkaris.
believed he was on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one
Dia
of the
kenal
same.
dong.
I have returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
As your lordship wishes. First Lanagus mutates beyond recognition, now this unexpected visit. The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed. The Ilkaris house has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Belum tahu ya, belum ngasih tahu ya kalau
Your good wishes do me an honor.
kita yang buyarkan kontes itu. Banyak biarin aja biar nggak tahu ya. Oh, ada jalan. Aha. Dan ada buah, ada dong. Insting. Yang kebakar gini doang dong. Jadi ini nyambung harusnya guys ya. Mungkin ya. Wih. Ada avatar. Wih, avatar guys. Wow, avatar. Kendali air. Pak, api segitu nggak padam-padam Pak dari tadi Pak. Wih. Lama. Wah, si bapak. Mana tuh guys? Yang disiram mana? Bukan apinya mungkin ya. Oh, ini nih sakit nih. Si mbaknya tadi lama banget nyembuhin. Mbak, sini saya ajarin biar tahu cara nyembuhin orang tuh gini nih. Nah, itu langsung sembuh. Tuh kan?
Everything will be okay
Hilang,
now.
bukan orang berarti.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
Langsung hilang si ibunya tadi tuh. Asli bukan orang. Bukan. Ini.
Your lordship. Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you.
Dia kenal kita juga.
I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that
Lihat
description?
nggak? Ada cewek pakai gaun merah.
Oh, red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time. Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
Iya, ya kan?
I was hoping to head this way
Jadi
myself.
bener-bener kebuka,
The
guys.
situation is a real pain.
Main
Huh?
rutenya baru, jadi si cewek ini nggak tahu dah.
suppose the sovereign
Rumahku
knows
mana,
best.
kok jalannya baru gitu kan?
I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way
Oh,
after
jadi
all.
kayak ini juga ya. Kayak di Fairy Tail tuh. Pas si siapa? Siapa tuh, gue lupa namanya tuh. Penyihirnya yang pakai teknik magic pelebur.
Yes, strange, isn't it?
Gue lupa namanya.
If you know another route,
Nah itu
we'd be
kan dia pas
grateful if you could tell
pulang
us.
kan
But of course,
kotanya si
please
Fairy
forgive
Tail
me.
kan
There's a wall that's
langsung
sprung up
kebuka
ahead
jalan
here,
kan.
with what looks to be an
Langsung
entrance
berubah
in it.
itu juga.
I
Mirip
thought
kayak gini
maybe it was
berarti
a
sistemnya.
passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing
Soalnya kalau
for sure.
si penyihir itu
It's worth
Gildad,
investigating,
nah
at least.
bener. Si Gildad itu
I shall
pulang
go
kan
and assess the
bakal
situation.
ngancurin.
Meantime, wait for me here. If it looks
Dia
safe,
nggak pernah
I'll
belok
come and
pak
let you know.
soalnya. Si Gildad bagi yang nonton Fairy Tail sih bakal tahu ya.
A lord troubling himself for someone of
Dia
my
lurus
lowly
terus
status?
ya. Ada rumah terobos.
Our lot in
Apapun
life is of little
ditabrak ya.
consequence.
Nggak pernah belok.
We are both Renin, first and foremost.
Lurus mentok sampai ke Fairy Tail ya. Bangunannya Fairy Tail.
Thank you.
Build Fairy Tail. Malah makanya dibikinkan itu mau
Well, we've canvassed the city for
wali kotanya
information.
ya. Jalur
What do you
khusus
think?
untuk Gildad.
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all.
Berarti ini juga gitu nih.
They haven't heard the news
Bisa
about the
berubah.
crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been
Ya, jadi
like that?
kaget ya karena kita
Not
nggak
to this
pernah
extent.
memberitahukan itu kan
Which would indicate
hasil
that
dari
something's suppressing the
kontesnya
truth.
kan tiba-tiba
That
langsung
Lennius is
diaktifkan
under
sama
some
si
kind of
baju
control.
merah itu.
Given
Ya
everything
akhirnya
that's
jadi kayak
happened to
gini.
their city, the
Rusak
people here
aja.
seem weirdly okay with it
Ya
all.
Lordnya pun juga kaget ya
That
otomatis
one
ya.
guy even said his Zoogle had stopped listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief runs deep. Nothing happens devoid of a reason. To them, it's all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
The Sovereign's plan. There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just who is this person ruling over Lennigus?
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and Lennigus.
Foreigners.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work?
Dan dia yang
Isn't
ini
Rena
guys
at
ya,
least the
yang
same size as
mengendalikan
Dana?
kota ini katanya,
That's
menguasai
a
kota
pretty
ini.
big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling
Foreigners.
Lennigus alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lennigus has ever been there?
Hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lennigus has ever laid eyes on the actual Renin homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lennigus single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lennigus from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renin ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lennigus. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lennigus. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Danan. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Makin menarik nih.
Volron was made sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
Bisa jadi.
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that two sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganatheros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me...
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off-limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it.
Oke. Jadi, ya, jadi dari obrolan tadi ada scene lagi. Kan?
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do.
Jadi mereka tuh berteori gitu kan. Ada dua sovereign yang dibuat yaitu si Alpen dan juga si Volron. Yang satu adalah untuk memenuhi perannya sebagai yang ada di seremoni atau Alpen. Yang kedua adalah untuk mengatur atau mengendalikan, menguasai, yaitu si Volron. Makanya dia pas kita kalahkan dia jadi gila kan. Dia bilang kalau akulah yang menguasai, yang berhak untuk menguasai semuanya adalah aku gitu kan. Ya seperti itu ya. Nah, dan menurut si Dohalim ya kan, kita nggak ada tahu ya apa wujud atau bukan ya, kayak ya wujud dari dunianya Rena tuh kayak apa gitu loh, daerahnya kayak gimana gitu kan, nggak ada yang tahu gitu loh. Dan kalau menuju ke sana nggak ada jalurnya katanya, kata si Dohalim ya, dia berteori gitu, harusnya ini cuma satu arah gitu kan. Berarti bisa dibilang bahwa si Renan itu ya lagi-lagi ya mungkin aja orang dahanan yang gimana, yang obsesi atau gimana atau apa gitu kan. Jadi emang satu rumpun gitu lebarnya di dunia yang sama ya, di bumi itu juga ya. Oke, tapi kita harus mencari hal lain katanya untuk memperkuat teorinya dia. Dan si Rinwell tadi juga bilang kalau si Farron mungkin aja ya dia bekerja sama dengan si cewek yang baju merah yang mencuri almas ya, almas Renas ya.
Right? Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Cannabelt, Almadria, and Volron.
Yang membedakan Renan sama Dana kan cuma mereka bisa menggunakan magic kan Renanya. Padahal kan di situ doang kan. Tapi kita tahu bahwa si Danan ini juga memiliki asal energi di dalam diri mereka gitu loh, walaupun mereka tidak bisa menggunakan namanya magic. Mungkin aja ya para yang dibilang Danan itu ya sama aja masih Renan sebenarnya, cuma si Danan nggak belajar soal magic itu. Buktinya di mana ya, itu si Rinwell gitu. Jadi kan seorang Danan yang belajar magic, akan dia bisa merasakan astral energy. Karena itu syarat untuk menjadi seorang mage.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis,
And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Wah, ada kuas. Ya katanya mau bisa jadi katanya. Terus si Alpen bilang kayaknya di sini bakal nggak ada lot yang tinggal deh. Gitu. Tapi isinya udah dimulai dong. Pasnya guys ya. Ya udahlah kita tanya lah. Tembus dong. Wih. 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 Bukan orang nyata guys. Hologram nih. Tengah hantu nih kayak nih. Tembus dong. Ini loh nggak tembus. Tembus tuh. Wah. Ngeri kali.
Yes.
Ada ternyata.
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
Oh, orang ternyata guys. Suku air ini guys. Air. Beres-beres 2 orang padahal. Tadi. Oh, dia kenal lama 2 hal biasanya soal dia mau musik juga. Ya seneng gitu.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
Osval Kreis.
What?
Hah? Ya loh. Will become master of the words.
Ganabelt was so horrible to people. Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
Nah itu. Tahu saya. Pulang ya. Oke, lanjut. Masih ada. Oke, ada waktu lah. Masih ada Pak. Harus diajak ngobrol.
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
The effects of Lenegis' transformation appear to be less pronounced here. Or, viewed another way, this area was simply luckier.
Begini-gini nggak diselesaikan sekarang nih. Besok bakal gini-gini terus ya. Hoskaineris. Lord semua juga berasal dari sini guys ya. Kepala Lord yang dipilih itu.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief,
Ada lagi.
Ridiculous. Okay.
Lord Urwagil Hendris Masal. I was the other. Oh, ada ternyata. Urwagil. Ya dia penjabat si
Seems like the people
Valron.
on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
Iya.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganath
Gak ada yang tahu katanya,
changed
guys.
so abruptly.
Didn't you have any
Gak
doubts
banyak
that
yang tahu
something
ya.
suspicious was going on?
On the contrary, remember, we
Masih
Renans are
Faron.
raised to accept everything at face value.
Aha.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you, because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through
Kita lain
life.
semua, guys.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Renwell.
Am I wrong?
Yep, benar sekali.
Not at all.
Being a Danan doesn't make you a good
Sekali.
person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Xion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
Yoi.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
Bukti yang baik ya dia. Xiaonya masih Dohalim udah beres. Jadi lord-lordnya itu orang-orang itu pada loyal semua guys ya, sangat loyal malah. Makanya 3 lot itu benci si Xione karena dia itu membelot guys ya. Kayaknya dia benci banget kan. Pagi yang pertama tuh. Saya ngapain? Oh, baca apa pak? Dia cerita ya, Dek, ini ya, ini bisa jadi kenangan kamu gitu kan.
There's something I just don't get.
Kayak gini nih,
What is it?
hati-hati.
The crown contest itself has always
Katanya
gone
bisa
ahead as planned,
berubah-ubah.
right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
This contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfried Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Han-freaked whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
Lihat namanya
The last I heard, yes.
Whatchamacallin.
Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegus?
I guess over Holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegus from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
Oh.
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
Itu juga keren juga, dia memberikan pertanyaan yang buat kita juga berpikir, Pak. Si Sovereign tuh nggak pernah muncul katanya, mungkin sekedar hologram ini. Nggak pernah nampak secara langsung gitu guys. Di kayak ini atau enggak di wilayah kita tadi yang di bumi gitu. Mereka juga nggak nampak Sovereign, berarti yang udah kepilih itu nggak akan munculkan dirinya gitu. Wah. Dan Cindohal mikir, sebenarnya kita ini siapa yang buat ini gitu loh, dan untuk apa gitu kan di sini. Tujuan akhirnya buat apa?
Faria.
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait, don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure
ini
your
cewek yang di
position
masa
as
lalunya
Lord,
guys,
you
yang
still
teriak ya.
kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out.
Ini yang
Even
membenci
after
Dohalim
7
guys ya.
years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
Pacarnya tuh tunangannya teman.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else.
Udah lama apa? Akarmu.
You're just a coward.
Hah? Nih, jadi tengah ya, jadi satu aja. Makan tuh emosi. Iya, nah lu, nah penampakan tuh, nah syukur, manfaatin lu dendammu, rasukin guys.
Dohalim.
Ya traumanya itu ya,
I
gadis itu tadi.
apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menencia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menencia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does. Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Sini. Ada tuh suara-suara gitu. Makan. Kalau kita mencari-cari pasti ada yang pasti, guys. Nah, guys ya. Masih ada di sini. Masih aja. Jadi kan kita sini tiba-tiba di sini muncul si gadis baju merah. Ada apa-apa ya? Oke. Banyak ngecek aja guys. Kalau ada kan lumayan ya. Kalau satu itu tuh lumayan guys. Item number one ya. Everything dan di kondisi apapun ya. Oh, ada si Bambang. Gua sampai sini dong. Dia ikut berarti. Wah, menyelinap nih. Dasar penumpang ilegal. Dia ikut sini si Bambang. Awas aja lah kalau mukanya mirip. Oh, air bukan. Jangan-jangan oli itu dilempar situ. Padam enggak, tapi gede ya. Mana tuh? Geleng-geleng ya, ada sedih. Lagi pak, rumahnya hancur gara-gara si rambut merah itu. Aktifin ini tiba-tiba ya.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure.
Oh, ini kayaknya nggak kena efek ini guys. Ya nggak kena efek sini.
Man, these Renin sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Nggak hancur kayak di luar ya.
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together.
Dipakai untuk musik ya, bersama temennya guys.
Faria and Tarnigan.
Cewek tadi. Dia Faria dan juga Tarnigan.
Tarnigan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend.
Tarnigan tadi.
As well as Faria's betrothed.
Tarnigan yang dibunuh ya. Pas tes itu ya. Jadi Fakir tadi yang kacamata di awalnya kita. Faria ini.
She possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced
Satu
by
tim
her
musik
playing,
guys ya.
I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnigan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by
Satu
their
orang
love of
selalu
music,
musik di sini guys,
with no
bermusik.
care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
Iya kan? Oh, itu yang meninggal tuh guys. Karena punya gini.
A friendship based on mutual respect. In a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social
Sekarang
class.
cari keren
You
lagi.
really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnigan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnigan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnigan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her
Oh,
beloved.
pakai cara curang guys, cara kotor. Tapi si Faria tadi nggak tahu.
Devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating
Kan
you,
diingatannya disuruh berhenti
so
kan
she
sama
could
si
use that hate as a
Dohalim
crutch
kan.
for her grief?
Si cowok
That's
yang
not
itu
the
nggak
same as
mau.
running away, though.
It is exactly the same.
Lalu nggak
unable to
ngasih
face the
tahu.
loss of my friend and the burden of
Akhirnya
my
ya
duty.
termakan
Instead, I
kesalahpahaman
decried my
ya.
fate and looked away from what I'd
Varia
done.
itu.
As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Masih ada yang terpilih gitu loh. Maka Indonesia jadi
Shion's
apa?
right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Oh juga ya. Masalahnya pada kelam semua, Pak.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Dan selalu mendapatkan
Yeah, I think so.
hasil yang menyedihkan ya masalahnya. Walaupun si Kisara juga bukan masalah juga sih, masa lalu juga
I
sih.
didn't
Lebih
realize how
tepatnya ya
difficult it is just to be there for someone.
kejadian dialamin ya. Nah, hal yang menyedihkan ya.
Sometimes just knowing
Kakaknya
someone's on
meninggal.
your side can be enough. And he knows,
Alpen,
Shion.
ya
I
masalah
promise
juga
he does.
sedih. Si yang
I
masa
hope
lalunya
you're right.
menyedihkan Alpen, Dohalim, Rinubel, sama Shione. Kalau sama si Kisara
Alphen,
Yeah?
mungkin
I never
kejadian ya,
appreciated
papanya
until
meninggal lah,
recently
adiknya meninggal,
just how much you were always there to support me.
bukan di masa lalu
Goes
ya,
both ways.
jadi
You've
sebelum
helped me keep going more times than I
sesudahnya.
can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to
Sekarang
say
menjadi masa lalu sih.
thank you.
Ini bener gak kedampak guys? Ini mencari-cari guys ya.
I see a medic and supply officer over there.
Hah?
If
Mana
they know
mana
you're with me, they'll
Mana
likely
dia?
offer their assistance.
mana? Oh beda, bukan dia ya ternyata. Beda guys. Untung aja. Sampai ikut sih. Wah emang. Wow ini baru. Ambil lah pedang baru cuy. Belum bisa. Buset. Gila gede banget tuh. Wah. Ini sih. Ini bayar launcher cannon nih. Gede banget tuh lubangnya. Udah kayak ini Pak, pelurunya udah kayak peluru bajak laut ya. Kapal bajak laut yang gede Pak. Megafuna Ball. Oh ini udah punya Megafauna tuh dari mana Megafauna? Oh, harus balik dong nyari Megafauna dong. Dragman, udah punya belum Dragman? Ini pernah aku bikin. Enggak, Dragman, Megafauna semua dong. Ah, ini bisa. Ini belum. Storia Rene. Wah, Rene? Bukan ya? Kan Rene yang itu, Bang. Iya. N-nya kurang 1 itu, Bang. Iya. Iya. Oke, nah ini cocok nih sama bajunya nih. Oke. Senjata baru, alhamdulillah. Masih bisa ngurusin dong dari sini dong. Keren juga nih. Ini namanya ngurusin peternakan via Gojek guys ya. bahasa ini nih, go from ya. Ada go clean, yang ini go from. Go rinse, go rinse.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Apa sih? Dua ya. Cooking drug mark. Drug mark itu apa sih?
That came out great.
Drug mark itu
Everyone's
sih.
gonna be real surprised.
Oh.
Hey, what's the smoke? Is it an enemy attack?
Seriously, it's making my eyes and throat burn. The hell is going on?
It's probably some sort of gas. Try not to breathe it in as much
Racun
as you can
ternyata, guys.
manage.
Gas? Those cowards!
Isn't this just cooking smoke?
What kind of food makes your throat burn so bad just from the smoke?
I believe Alphen is.
They're trying to gas Alphen?
What? Those sick bastards! I won't let them get away with this!
Calm yourselves and listen. I was simply trying to say that Alphen is the one cooking.
Oh?
Yang
Maybe
masa
I should throw in
Alpen
some more
katanya.
spices, just for that extra kick.
Mereka ingin
that'll help. Think
ini
I'll
ya,
turn up the heat while I'm at it too.
berikan gas itu ke si Alpen ini. Jadi kan mereka mau cek Alpen ini.
Well,
Ternyata
at
si
least the
Alpen yang
meat's going along
masak.
nicely. All right, now I just flip it
Gosong,
over
guys.
and then.
Aduh.
Hey, Alphen? What are you doing over there?
Oh, Shion, perfect timing. I actually just finished roasting up a chicken. Call everybody over so we can eat together. I used a ton of spices, so it's got a good punch to it. Might have overcooked it a little, but it should still taste good.
I'm starting to understand why your food always tastes so damn spicy now.
Hasn't anyone told him that it is actually possible to have
Lagi.
too much of a good thing?
If that's the
Kan
taste
di
he truly
tempatnya
wants,
dia pas
far be
jadi
it from me to contradict.
budak kan
His cuisine is
Lombok
a
itu kan
rather
sering dipakai guys.
delicate
Lombok ada
repast.
apa tuh? Iya, cabe ya. Kan dia sering makan itu, terbiasa dengan itu. What? Infernal Tongue. Iron Gleewell. Itu satu lagi nih. Defeat all lights that emerging from the witches. Defeated all lights. Gua harus balik ke witch. Ini gue sih lawan semua monster itu dong. Gue hindarin dong. Dilawan semua pak. Baru muncul ini ya. Oke lah, gampang itu. Masuk kah? Wah, akhirnya ada musuh juga akhirnya. Lama tak lihat musuh pak. Wih, berkembang ya armonya. Aduh. Oke guys, tapi kita akan lawan mereka di episode selanjutnya.
That all depends on them.
Oke.
Whatever happens, be ready.
Nah, waduh belum guys, kita lawan dulu guys ya. Ternyata ke trigger. Jadinya harus dilawan.
I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been
Ada gue mau crossing loh.
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got
Kata gamenya, tunggu dulu. Mau closing aja lu.
no further.
Anything in armor is all mine.
Boom, boom. Waduh, ada yang terbang. Udah. Ah. Strike.
those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed.
Okay.
They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zoogles during experiments here and there,
Waduh.
but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes
Monster
remind me of the
dijadikan
soldiers and
eksperimen
slaves we
katanya.
met back in
Ada di sini
Harus.
tapi nggak banyak.
The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way
Aja
of
ada seorang
letting
yang
us
nggak ingin
know.
kita di sini gitu loh.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Aha. Nah, gitu ya. Baru gua mau closing nih. Oke guys, mulai guys episode kali ini. Jadi di sinilah kita ya. Here I am and ada sesuatu sih. Tarik ke depan dulu guys ya. Nah kan. Nah. Ada teriak tuh. Hello man. Ternyata ada si mantis ini guys. Aduh. Oke. Sebetulnya jadi seperti guys ya episode kali ini. Terima kasih sudah nonton live stream kali ini ya. Nggak dari awal ke akhir mungkin ya. Terima kasih bagi yang terlibat juga. Terima kasih juga udah menonton videonya ya. Semoga kalian terhibur kali ini dan lebih tepatnya sih ini ya. Hampir aja dibawa terharu kita guys ya dengan kedekatan mereka semua ini ya. Visionin dan juga yang lainnya ya. Dan di sini kita udah di Lenegis. Di Afrika juga akan perbaiki, jadi gua akan lawan semua biar skillnya kebuka tadi. Ternyata suruh lawan semuanya. Dan gua akan coba untuk lawan Kirito lagi ya di Afrika aja. Dan di sini ntar lama kalian nonton gua dibully ya. Capek kalian nontonnya guys ya. Guys ya terima kasih gua GeForce dan sampai lagi di next live stream ya besok ya. Besok di jam yang sama jam 8 ya. Kita main Trial in the Sky. Trial in the Sky, Trial of Kustil 3 ya. Guys ya. Terima kasih dan selamat beristirahat dan semoga selalu sehat ya. Jangan lupa jaga itu ya. Itu modal terpenting buat kita guys ya, kesehatan. Oke, bye bye guys and see you dan terima kasih. Dadah.